Hello everybody, Ellery here. Welcome to the stream. We're back with some more Lunatic Plus, trying to make some optimized gameplay or gameplays. I thought today's stream was a really good chance to answer a question that gets probably asked more than anything else, or probably among the top most asked questions in my comments, and I see it get asked all the time on the Fire Emblem subreddit as well, and probably other places too. People are always asking, when should I use my master seal? When should I use my second seal? Am I promoting too early? Am I promoting too late? What's the best time to promote? And as it turns out, I just got like two fantastic examples to show. And honestly, I don't think I could have found better examples if I tried. So we're just going to show those off right now, and I'm going to use those just kind of like as jumping on points to talk about the points that I want to talk about. Hello CJ, welcome to the stream. Yes, we are streaming early today. There's a couple reasons why, and I'll talk about those soon, but I want to talk about the things that I want to discuss first. So, first off, Robin. I did mention this during the last stream. I talked about how stat caps are not just important at the end game, they're also important in the early game too. Specifically, it's going to matter more for Robin, or it's going to matter first for Robin, but this can also matter for other characters. What you're seeing here, so the best answer to the question is, when should I promote? The answer is, you should promote when you need to, but not everybody knows when they need to, so this is a really great example. Technically, our Robin can actually one-shot everything on the map with a Rickon pair-up, so this is why we're bringing Rickon. So this Robin, if I wanted to, I could pair Rickon up with Robin, and I could one-shot everything on this map, and then I don't have to worry about taking counter damage. However, the reason why we're going to promote is because our magic has already capped. You can see here, this number is green. That means we've capped our magic stat, 31 magic. That's our cap. With plus magic Robin, which, by the way, that's another reason why caps matter, because without the plus magic Robin, maybe we wouldn't be able to one-shot everything on the map. Or maybe we would need to super forge or use a more expensive tome or buy magic tonics and things like that. So we're not only are we saving money, but we're also making strategies possible that are otherwise not possible. But anyway, having said all of that, because our magic is capped, any levels that we gain from now on, we're wasting the opportunity to gain more magic. So instead of wasting that opportunity, we're going to promote now. That way we raise our magic cap and we can continue to raise our magic stat. So let's do that first. Robin, where are you? Here you are, my friend. So Master Seal here. And we're going to go right into Sorcerer. We should be fast enough to double everything on the map naturally, even with the Rickon pair-up, so we don't have to worry about anything else other than just one-shotting enemies. Hello, Chris, like AMB, welcome to the stream. Hello, Naive Skitty, welcome to the stream as well. We're talking about promotions right now. So our magic was capped, so we're promoting. That way we can raise our magic cap. That way when we gain more levels, we can actually gain magic instead of our magic being stuck at the cap. The next thing I want to talk about is promoting to allow strategies that would otherwise be impossible. So this guy right here is a huge problem. He covers a ton of space on this map. It makes it almost impossible to set up the enemy phase that you want to set up without having to deal with the fact that this guy can just go wherever he feels like going and do whatever he feels like doing. You can more easily kill this guy, but getting rid of this guy is pretty difficult. And the best ways to do it, we're going to use one specific strategy, but I'm going to talk about the other ones that you can use. So in the previous run, what we did was we used Dark Flyer Sumia, and with the Elwind Tome, you can deal pretty good damage to these guys because they only have one res. So with Triple Might on an Elwind Tome, you can do pretty good damage. And then you double them, so you're hitting them twice. And then we also had Archer Crom providing effective damage with his dual strikes. So that would be a good time to promote Sumia, or even promote her earlier so she can start raising her tome rank so she can be ready to use the Elwind Tome here. We're going to be doing something else here. So you can see Frederick is just kind of standing here in the middle of the desert, which is kind of weird because he can't go anywhere on a horse in the desert. However, what he can do, and we just barely got him to level 10 with one extra experience point, what we can do is promote him, or second seal him, and we don't need the second seal for anything else. We can second seal him into Wyvern Lord, which is going to let him fly across this desert, and he can be the one to get rid of that Wyvern Force. And actually, he's more reliable than Sumia is. Hello, Nightcav. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hope everyone's doing fantastic. We're having, by the way, so I'm going to answer the other question now that I got asked or got mentioned about the early stream. I have stuff to do later tonight, so I'm either going to play until we beat Chapter 12, or I'm just going to play until I get tired. So one of those two things is going to happen. And then the other thing is that right now, there is a pretty bad winter storm that just started, and just because of where I live and because winter is so bad here, there is a reasonable chance that the infrastructure that we have here just breaks down, so I could lose power, I could lose internet. One of those things is more than likely going to happen. So if the stream just randomly ends at some point, I'll see you guys next week. But I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't change the weather. Anyway, Wyvern Lord Frederick, he can just fly over here, hit this guy with his hand axe. And what's really cool is if you look at this, we actually use the desert to our advantage here. So if you highlight all these enemies, if you kill this guy with Frederick in this position, then the only enemies that can reach him are these two right here. So as long as Frederick can fight all three of these enemies, you can make this strategy work. We're going to see if that works or not. He might struggle because of this mage here, especially with Luna. We're going to have to work around that. But this guy probably can barely touch him. And then Robin just needs to be able to one-shot this, or Robin just needs to be able to kill this guy. But you need to one-shot these guys anyway. And so if you're going to one-shot these guys, you might as well just one-shot him too. Because as you see, like this guy, for example, this guy right here has counter. We want to make sure that we have the ability to one-shot him so that we don't take counter damage. Now, I haven't used any tonics yet. If we need defense tonics, if we need res tonics, if we need Chris's Confect, which I picked up during the last chapter, if you need Chris's Confect, we can use those. So we have a lot of options to improve survivability. My first instinct, because we're not doing Iron Man anyway, is to just let it run, and then if we have to use the tonics, then we'll use them later. Nightcab asks, why not send him into Wyvern Rider so he gets more experience? It's just a really bad idea. I don't want to have his stats go down from sending him into a base class. His speed is like just barely good enough to double these guys. Although with the Crom pair up, we might be able to double them even as a Wyvern Rider. So you might be onto something, but we also only have 1 second seal. Which doesn't matter because we're using it on Frederick anyway. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. But generally, I don't think it's a good idea to reset into base classes. But you might be onto something with that. Alright, so what we probably need are a couple of super effective dual strikes here. I just want to see what this looks like. Yeah, so we're going to have to get either like multiple dual strikes, or we just need him to just not roll Pavis Plus, which it's going to be one of those days where you know he's just going to keep rolling it, but I'll just do what I can. So, yeah. So what we would do is we would have Robin kill these guys. Now, in theory, this could potentially still work. Let me see about that. So Virion goes here. Stall and Cordelia can also help, technically. I mean, we could have them fly over here. Take out this guy. If they can. Let's see if they can, because that could open up other possibilities. This run's probably not going anywhere. Ooh, nice dual strike. Yeah, this run's probably not going anywhere because Frederick failed to kill this guy. But putting that aside, this looks like a really good opener. So we just need to get Frederick and Crom to remove this guy. And if that works out, this seems like a pretty workable strategy. This seems pretty reasonable. Can we... I don't think we can drop her anywhere useful, so I'm just going to do this. The only thing I don't like with these openers where you rely on Crom as a dedicated pair-up is that it makes it harder to recruit Libra, depending on where he chooses to move and how he chooses to move. Yeah, so they have exactly 4 on Cordelia. Okay, so we just need to make sure we get rid of that Wyvern and we'll be fine. Hello, Mr. Bushranger. Welcome to the stream. Is it just you or is the audio repeating? I don't think so. I hope not. Hold on a second. Oh, you have 2 of the same stream open. Okay. No worries. I've actually done that once before. Like, I've been in chat and done the same exact thing. I had two windows open, and I was like, why is the audio repeating? And then I realized it was actually me. It wasn't the stream. So I've literally done the like, even being the person, like, talking in chat, I've done the exact same thing that you just did. Naive Skitty, the best character in the entire game joins this chapter, and Saria too. You like Libra, do you? He's pretty good. He's very strong. I don't think he's the best character in the game, but I get it's a hyperbolic thing. Okay, this looks better. This looks better. This is fine. This is fine. All right, cool. We can make this work. Honestly, I think we can even do this without tonics. We just need to get this dual strike, but it's not really that unlikely. Yeah. I mean, we're relying on dual strike man to land a dual strike. I don't think that's so unreasonable. Dual strike here would be great. And we got it. This could potentially be the winning attempt right here. Yeah, I'm very, very big on Wyvern Lord right now. I'm very strongly considering updating my route and my builds for my Iron Man that I'm going to attempt again this year at some point in time. I'm very strongly considering doing this build with Frederick and Wyvern Lord because I realized that Wyvern Lord is good for Chapter 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Like, it's absolutely crazy how good Wyvern Lord is for pretty much every chapter. Like every single chapter that's coming up next, especially like a lot of the very hard ones. So, oh, this is really good too. And we're making great strides here. Okay, I want you to go here and drop Lonk over here. You're gonna go here, drop her here, you here, and you here. With this configuration too, we can actually get our characters out of the desert very quickly. And we also have a lot of really good combat units. It's not just Robin and Frederick. We actually have like Stahl, Muriel, Lonku, and Cordelia are all like very competent combat units. And that's going to allow us to make much better use of our backup team, of our B team units. All right, I just need Libra to not get destroyed here. Soldier went after Libra. That's not good. That means Frederick's going to have to run over there at top speed, and oh, that's not great either. What does Frederick take from this guy? 26? I mean, 26 we can take. Technically. Can I recruit Libra? Oh man, I wish I had lethal on this guy. That would be fantastic. All right, let me plan out what I want to do here. So I think I want to have Frederick go here, recruit Libra, kill this guy, use Libra to switch Frederick over to the hand axe, and then heal him back up. And then, oh, then we have to deal with this guy too, though. Can Cordelia take out the archer? Because if she can, we're in a pretty good spot here. These guys won't be able to reach us. The mage won't be able to hit her either. So if she can kill this archer, we have to deal with counter, though. We could have Libra. We could have Libra heal Cordelia instead. That doesn't solve our problem, though. What about Stahl? What can he do? Nothing. Cool. We could have Frederick just go here. I really have to recruit Libra, though. Can Frederick one-shot this guy? I doubt it. No. Alright, let's see what our top side looks like. I need you here. Now. Unfortunately, the enemies didn't really cooperate this time. We got pretty good opening luck, but the enemies really did not cooperate. They went to the exact opposite places. Like, every single enemy went to the exact opposite of where I want them to be. Okay, what can I activate these guys this turn? It might be too soon. I almost don't want to. You could actually get in trouble if you activate them too early. But we might be fine. If I go like here... yeah, that might actually be fine. Problem is that's gonna hurt Libra. I mean, this is... I feel like this run's already gone off the rails, so let's just experiment. This configuration down here really is hurting us. This guy having exactly counter. I feel like we have to go for this crit here. Got it. What a legend you are, Cordelia. What a legend you are. Okay, this opens up many possibilities now. We got Libra recruited. I gotta use a stronger weapon because he's gonna heal himself for 7 damage. So we have to deal 44 damage. And this is just enough. In fact, how much does Crom do? 14. I almost want to use the Silver Lance here, because if I get a dual strike, I can kill him before he damages me. Well, what's 28 plus 14? That might be enough. That is 42. That's enough. Okay, so we can actually do it with the Steel Axe. Nice Crom. Beautiful work, my friend. Okay, she can fight him with the Killer Lance. Or Libra can fight him. Frederick can fight the other guy with the hand axe. In fact, Javelin might be better. Javelin's more accurate, right? And cheaper, too. Yeah. Or is the axe cheaper? I can't remember which one's cheaper anymore, but it doesn't matter that much. I think Javelin's better here, though. I guess we'll just wait. Oh, I could ward. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, it's money. It's a waste of money. Alright, now... Can't deal with him because he has counter. Short spear. I wonder if Sumia can fight him. Oh, she doesn't have a javelin with her. Alright, no worries. Lonk. Grab her. We'll deal with these guys next turn. It's fine. Sumia here's fine. Nice dodge. That's a hit. Nice guard. Rickon dual guarding. Yeah, see, when you activate all the enemies, you get this unfortunate configuration. And god, they're really going where I do not want them to go. It's fine. It's fine. We'll work it out. Okay. None of them have exactly Aegis counters, so we don't have to worry about that. I think just doing this might play to our strengths. Get rid of this guy. That frees up space for everyone on the left. And then we can figure out what to do from there. Can Muriel kill this guy? With the Lonk pair up, maybe? We will double him. Oh, by the way, to get through the last chapter and get the Seraph Robe, which I did off stream, I told you guys I was going to do that off stream, I used, like, the Micaiah's Pyre that I picked up. I used the Levin Sword. I just used, like, limited equipment, so I didn't have to deal with it. And even still, it took an embarrassing amount of tries. I might have to use the Micaiah's Pyre here, too. Because the Wind Tome is 1 damage short, and I don't want to rely on a dual strike. Problem is, I don't have anyone who can trade her equipment back afterwards. No, I can do it from here. This works. Yeah, now I can trade her back to the Thunder Tome. Can I physic Robin? Right, is Robin on full health? Oh, Robin's on full health. Yeah, this is fine. Let's trade her back to the Thunder Tome. Wait here. Okay, so we need to get rid of this guy. And I would like to get rid of this guy as well, but unfortunately he has counter and Luna Plus, so we need to leave him to Robin. I think we're fine as long as Robin doesn't get swept. He's gonna land here, so I need to move. fight before healing. That way, we don't heal to full and then take damage. We take damage and then heal to full. Like this. Unfortunately, to kill this guy, we gotta probably use the Killer Lance. I mean, it's not a big deal. But it means we have to take another hit. Yeah. And we'll be fine. Cordelia is not going to be fighting next turn anyway, I don't think. Yes, this... hello, Ryan. By the way, welcome to the stream. Yeah, yes, this is plus Magic Robin. This is my favorite Robin by far. It's the only Robin build I use anymore. I don't use any other Robin builds. I think nothing else is even close to being as good as plus Magic Robin. Alright, let me see how this turn goes, and then I'll get caught up on chat. Him having exactly Aegis Plus kind of screwed us there, but that's not a huge deal. Okay, Robin still one-shots. We need to not get crit by these killer bows, because we also have to deal with Wyvern. Why do I speak? Why do I ever speak? Because we also have to deal with Wyverns who have Luna Plus. Thankfully we dodged that. Just why do I ever speak? Yeah, we could not have taken that if we didn't dodge that attack. But then again, we wouldn't have been in that situation if we didn't just get crit, so it balances out. There's just no reason to ever open your mouth, honestly. There really is. Just, if you say it, it will manifest. Slay World Surgeon, welcome to the stream. I cannot answer that question. It's really easy to say Libra when you have a Sage with 26 magic. You can rescue from the turn 1 starting square. True. Tricky asks if the mic volume is low. Yeah, I noticed it was low, and I can't get it to go back up. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's so low. Let me go to the mic settings. I mean, it's not even like... Yeah, hold on. How does that... I mean, that's really not even any better. I guess maybe it's a little better. And welcome to the stream as well, by the way. Tricky. That's the best I can do for now. I'll try to mess with it a little bit later if people say that it's still quiet. Like, is it quiet relative to the game audio and the game music, or are you just saying the stream is quieter than you expect it to be? Because those are two very different things. Reinforcements. Hold on a second. I need to figure out what turn the reinforcements come. I think I know, but I'd rather just double check. So we're on turn 4. I think the reinforcements come on turn 5. I'm pretty sure we're a turn ahead of schedule here. I'm pretty sure we're a turn ahead because I activated those reinforcements a turn early. Or not the reinforcements, but the linked AI a turn early. Reinforcements are turn 5. Yeah, I'm correct. And I used to have a little map drawn of where they actually run out to when they spawn, but it's not that big of a deal because we don't really need to enemy phase them. The big problem is these two here. It's good if you can set up to deal with them. Alright, I'd like to not have to have Robin kill this soldier if possible, so let me see if I can get anyone else involved. So Muriel can't go any further, so I'm just going to have her deal with... I'm just going to have her finish off this guy. By the way, having the Muriel partnership makes the Levin Sword very strong on Lon'qu, and on top of that, it's a great way to play around both Aegis and Pavis, because if the enemies have Aegis, you can have Muriel attack them with a Tome. If they have Pavis, you can have Lon'qu attack them with the Levin Sword. I noticed that when I was playing the previous chapter. I have to be careful because this guy does have a short spear, so let me heal first. Then attack. Then we're going to have to heal again. But it might be better to heal Robin, considering they're on 3 HP. I can't reach Robin anyway. Plus Robin doesn't need to fight anything this turn. Well, I can also have Libra heal Robin, although I would rather heal Cordelia if I can. Okay, nobody else can get close enough to get involved in the fighting anyway. So let's just do this. So we're probably going to have Robin kill that soldier, or fight that soldier. Especially with him having counter. I have one charge left on the Soothing Sword. I've been carrying it around. Just to get free healing, basically, on stall. It's actually worked out a couple times for me. Just not quite enough to one-shot him. Not even with the Silver Lance, okay. It's fine, we got chip experience on Cordelia anyway. Yeah, I'll heal Robin. And I kind of want to start them moving in this direction. Now we recruit Saria. And I think we're good. I'm going to take Rickon away now. Oh, I should have taken his equipment too. That's fine, I can... Well, no, because now I have to worry about these guys. Okay, hold on. So out of these forts are coming a soldier and a mage. And I don't remember which soldier it is. I'm pretty sure it's the one that just has the Silver Lance. So this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can hit all of these squares. Okay. So Rickon's actually fine right here. I'm going to give one of these wind tomes to her so she can be more accurate. Then I'm going to pair her up with Robin. Now, we don't know if the enemy coming out of here is going to have counter or not. I'm going to send Robin up here. I don't think I can actually get in range of any enemies, not without wasting a rescue staff, which I'm not going to do. I also got to heal Robin in a way that doesn't leave my other units stranded. Okay, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here. Okay, if Maribel stands here... If Lisa stands here, Robin can get up here. I don't think I'll be able to fight anything this turn, unfortunately, which means I'll have to deal with them next turn. Maribel can go here. Now, unfortunately, we don't know if this soldier is going to roll counter or not. So we're just going to block Lisa this way. I'd like to get some fort healing here. And then, honestly, our other characters, I just need them to be in positions where they're not going to get trapped by those wyverns next turn. I think this is fine. Okay, so let's see what happens. Yeah, Robin is just out of range. He got Luna plus 2. What a clown. Alright, so now the goal is for our other characters to move this way, distribute the experience from these two characters as best as we can. I already see that Muriel's the best person to fight this guy. Do not want to deal with Vantage Luna. We're going to have to anyway. We can attack him at 2 range. Alright, let's make sure we can actually kill the mage before we do anything else. He doesn't have counter, so that's great. Unfortunately, he does have Pavis Plus, so that kind of sucks. Can Virion fight him? Probably not. If we can get enough speed, we actually can fight him. So let's do... let's actually do this. This works quite well. Yeah, this is going to allow us to chip him. I'll use the underdog bow. Get some safe chip damage in. That's going to make it easier for Frederick or someone else to pick up the kill. Can Rickon get involved? No. No way in this lifetime. Okay. We could probably do stall. With Gordon. The Pavis Plus is really annoying. Can she double? She can double. She just barely survives. Alright, we'll do it. If we get a dual strike here, we should be safe. If not, we're fine anyway. We survive on one. Alright. What do these guys have? Luna, counter Luna, counter Luna. Alright, I don't want to fight too many with Luna. So I'm going to back up to this square. And hope that I'm fine. We can sweep 3 of them, unless we get very unlucky. Which we probably will. You should have seen how many attempts Side Story 2 took me the other day when I was getting ready for the stream. It was embarrassing. I basically... So if you guys remember, we beat the map on stream, but I wanted to redo it to get the Seraph Robe, right? So then I did it off stream. The first attempt, I beat the map. I basically beat the map. I got to the very end, and then I made a huge mistake at the very end. So then I had to replay the entire thing. I got a couple unlucky runs, then I played through the entire map. I beat the whole thing again, except at the very end, I made another stupid mistake. So then I had to redo it again, and then I had to play them, and I had to play and beat the entire map for the 4th time in a row. At that point, I was so tilted. I was losing my mind. Okay, I don't want to deal with counter Luna, so I'm just going to Javelin here. Now let's get some healing done. So the only concern here now my only concern is that if Robin gets hit too many times here, because I think that when they have Luna Plus, they can deal 25 damage. So if we get hit with Luna Plus twice, we'll take 50 damage, which is more than we have. Okay, we're fine now. The most we can take now is 25 damage. It's not even that much because he has a short axe equipped. Okay, yeah, we're fine. I'd like to enemy phase this guy, and then set up kills for these two if I can. I think I can get far enough away. I think I can get out of their range. So if I put Robin over here, will anybody be able to heal them? Let's put Robin here, because we already know this is the edge of their range. Lisa here. Heal Robin back up. Now we just get everyone else back. In fact, can Frederick just fight this guy? 35 damage. Yeah, we can survive. So maybe we just have Frederick back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 square. If he wants to attack Frederick instead of Robin, I'm fine with that. And then everyone else just get ready to jump in and get involved in this fight. Get some good chip experience if you can. On the next turn. And we'll clear the Wyverns next turn. Okay, yeah, he wants to go after Frederick. Which is fine, because Frederick can take him. Now we got 2 enemies to kill. We'll save Robin until we absolutely have to. This guy having counter is a big problem, but it's not actually unwinnable. Especially because we have Muriel, of course. Trained Muriel is based. Alright, in fact, we can defeat him with the Thunder Tome. Perfect. I'm really liking having a trained Muriel. It's very powerful. That's not gonna work. 12. I think with the stall pair up, I actually take it. Yeah. I'm gonna use the Iron Bow here. I actually don't want to kill him. I just want to get Chip, and then let someone else kill him. Can Kron get this kill? Answer is yes. Am I running Crom as a combat unit in this one? Actually, not really as much as you might imagine. I mean, we're definitely using him, we're training him, but he's not one of our most trained units. Our most trained units are Lonku, Muriel, Stahl, Cordelia, Robin, and Frederick. So Crom has taken a little bit of a backseat to those characters. But having this trained Muriel has really paid dividends. Where's Stahl? Alright, I'm going to move the characters that I'm not using out of the way so I don't distract myself. So Rickon, we're done with you. Libra, we're done with you. Lisa, we're done with you. Sumia, we're done with you. Maribel, I want her to get some staff experience here. Stahl, Cordelia, I would like to get some action for this pairing. Support points, experience, anything that we can get. A glass bow, sure, I'll take it. This guy does not have fort healing, so we're going to get a very limited amount of experience from him. I'd like to have either Cordelia and or Stahl gets the chip experience, and then I'll let like Robin or Saria get the kill. Probably Robin. I don't see anything that I need her to do. Yeah, she has 10 magic, 10 speed, 10 defense already, and she can already promote at any point in time. So there's no reason to train her right now until after she gets her Master Seal or Second Seal. Skywing, you have a hard time even playing the game without Muriel anymore because she's so useful. Yeah, she's quite good. Alright, let's see if this works first. No counter, so we don't have to worry about counter. Can we take 37 damage, though? With Luna Plus? The answer is no, we can't take this hit. There is a way to take it, though. But let's see what we do to him first. We can damage him. Stahl cannot. So I want Stahl to train his Lance rank. Okay, and Cordelia is going to grab one of these Chris's confects so she can fight the boss safely. That also allows Maribel to get more staff healing, which is great. Free experience and a level up. You think that side story might be terrible? I was actually thinking that yesterday too. I think that side story is pretty bad. So is side story 1. Honestly, so is side story 3. I feel like they knew those chapters weren't very well designed, and it's why they made them optional. But in my opinion, what they should have done is just like I don't know what you would do in that situation once you're at that point. All right, so now we're gonna take 37 damage minus 7, which is 30. We're gonna survive on 3. So now we're fine. I hope. Yeah. Oh, we're even surviving on 4. Perfect. That's free Lance rank for Stahl, by the way. He gets credit for that, even when he deals no damage. Get plenty of staff experience. In fact, give her your heal staff. So we're going to fight at least 5 times here. 5 is the maximum amount of weapon experience you can get from a single enemy. So if we fight this boss 5 times, we can get 5 points of Lance rank on Cordelia. We can get up to 5 points on Stahl, depending on how much he dual strikes. And we're getting chip experience on Cordelia, too. So there's 2. And we're getting free staff experience on Maribel, which is going to help because her stats are pretty bad. She benefits a lot from staff experience because her stats are so bad, she needs extra levels to be like a decent unit. But thankfully she's in a class that allows her to get extra levels, so the whole situation just kind of works itself out. That's 3 and a level. We might be promoting her to Dark Flyer to help with the next chapter. Have not decided yet. Pixel Donut, welcome to the stream. You've got bad luck, but your Muriel always gets the worst leveled stats on your runs. She has pretty good magic and speed growths, so typically, worst case scenario, what happens is she ends up being very frail, but her offense is still extremely good. And that's basically what we're using her for. Alright, we can get one more point of weapon experience, so we're going to do that real quick. Actually, what is Saria's tome rank? It is D. Actually, I think training her tome rank might be worth it. Let me see if I can get her to survive a hit, too. 37 minus 5 is 32. She's not going to take that. Uh, 37 minus 12. No. 37 minus 6 is 31. She's not going to take that. If we use another Chris's Confect, we can have Saria fight here. Why did this guy have to roll exactly Luna? It's fine, we don't really need these for anything else. I mean, I'm probably going to regret those words later when I actually do need them for something else, but... what do you do? We need them to get support points as well. Now I'm going to give Robin this kill. So I can get the boss experience on a character who has veteran boosted experience gains. Side Story 2 is crazy tough. You always just barely beat it on one side, but Side Story 3 feels like free experience. I think Side Story 3 is not too bad. It's not too difficult, it's just tedious. I think all the side story chapters are very tedious. They're designed in a way that just makes them very slow and very unfun to play. And I notice whenever I stream or whenever I make videos about those chapters, they always get less views too. And it's because people just don't want to watch it because it's just boring. We finally have access to the shop that sells all the steel weapons. We also have a steel lance on sale, a second seal, more steel weapons on sale, perfect, and spirit dust on sale, which we don't really need. Oh, these are very tempting. Steel weapons on sale. And an Elf Thunder Tome too. We're not going to get another Elf Thunder Tome for a while. Man, there's a lot of tempting stuff here. Alright, let's get our supports first. What is the game plan for the stat boosters? I'll use them if and when I need to. I used the energy drop on Frederick already. Oh yeah, their whole support conversations about Cordelia being good at music. Oh, we got the Lonku Muriel S support. Let's read that. Hello, Muriel. Curious, how did you know it was me? After enduring your experiments day in and day out, I've come to expect you. Also, you have a fairly unique presence. A presence, you say? How ambiguous. With what sensory organ do you detect it? We would have to disable them one at a time to be certain. Just... look, forget I said anything. What are you here to test this time? I've observed a new phenomenon. Over the course of our joint research, I have come to crave further contact. I've yet to ascertain the cause and extent of this addiction, however. I have a theory. A hypothesis, Lonku, not a theory. A theory is a measurable extension of... I apologize. I interrupted you. Please continue. I think what you feel is the same as what I feel for you. Then you've cultivated an immunity to women as a result of our experiments. No. Not an immunity, just an exception. Fascinating. And a relief. It would be a shame to lose such a rare affliction. In any case, this calls for further inquiry. Heh, I thought you'd say as much. That's why I got you this. It appears to be a ring. That's because it is a ring. Wear this, and our addictions will be sated. You'll also never lack for a test subject. Are these properties magical in nature? Most intriguing. I'm asking you to marry me, idiot. Ah, I see. Fascinating. That's not really an answer. Right. Apologies. I appear to be flush with a host of new and unfamiliar feelings. Each one is more intriguing than the next. I'm not sure how to express them properly. Most people smile. Is this satisfactory? Actually, that's a bit creepy, but you know what? We'll work on it. Perfect. R.I.P. Emran, always dying off screen. Paralog 4 is your favorite because of Anna. I think Paralog 4 is probably among the best ones or among the better ones. But in general, I think the once you get to the child recruitment chapters, those are different. But like the optional side stories, like 1 to 5, are pretty badly designed. They're all pretty tedious. You can use System Clock to farm stat boosters if you really wanted to. It's not worth it. It's just so not worth it. There's so many better things you could be doing with your time. You hope we get a good rendition of Anna in Fortune's Weave. It feels like it's been a while since we got a good version of Anna, like the one in Awakening. Yeah, in Awakening. I mean, in Awakening, she's goated. She's like one of the top units in the game. So yeah, we've definitely never had another game where she's one of the best units. You're Naive Skitty, you're currently exploring farming rewards from defeating double spawns. Yes, double spawns are really good. I think double spawns are worth it. When you get an enemy and a merchant. So for those who don't know, for those in the chat who don't know what Naive Skitty's talking about, when you get an enemy and a merchant who spawn on the same tile, not only do you get the experience and the rewards for defeating the enemies, but if you keep the merchant Anna alive, you also get an additional reward. Hello TVP, welcome to the stream. The goat got married. Emerald is live this run. Yeah, as long as it doesn't happen on screen, she's not confirmed dead. And by the way, we know that she comes back later also. I also have something for you. Da, 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 da. Mutant Polar Bear, welcome to this membership. Arugula1637, welcome to the membership. Bagel 20,000, welcome to the membership. Brandon Bailey 5575, welcome to the membership. Elma Patchett 7, welcome to the membership. The only name in there that I recognize is Brandon Bailey, so it seems like there's a lot of new people here today. So welcome to all the new people and welcome to the membership. I just gave away 5 membership gifts. You hate Tiki's Paralog as well. Yeah, that one's not very good either. I actually agree. That's another one that I don't love the design of. We'd love to see Robin Sarya here. We got Stall Noe. Not really anything too valuable we get from that. Long Q Lisa's pretty valuable because we're using both units. This is just a nothing. You get a lot of these duds where you get nothing from it. Robin Gregor doesn't help us. Brandon Bailey, thanks for the membership. You're welcome. Thanks for always being here. And Ricken got some experience, which again doesn't really help us. Not with what we're doing here. Alright, let me see how much money I have first, and then I'm going to see if I want to spend any of it. I thought we had another expensive item to sell, but it seems like we don't. Okay, so we don't really have anything expensive to sell right now, unless someone's holding it. Yeah, no, we don't have anything really expensive that's worth selling right now, which means if we buy anything from these shops, it has to really be worth it. So do we really need a steel lance? I think we have one, two, no, we have 2 steel lances. We definitely don't need a steel lance. The second seal is pretty arguable. Like, you could definitely argue that we could benefit from picking that up. The other one was, yeah, Elf Thunder is really good. Steel Sword might be better. We actually don't really need a Steel Sword that badly. No, Longku and Stall both have one, so we don't need one that badly. Even if it's on sale, even if we'll make use of it later, we don't need it right now, so we'll just buy it later when we have more money. So the question is it worth grabbing this Elf Thunder right now? Because that will really help with one-shot thresholds. That is 5 damage. So hold on. Seren's Forest. I'm going to check the might on different tomes, because I think that Elf Thunder tome is pretty valuable, but it is 1,000 gold, which is a lot to spend right now. So Elf Thunder is 6 might. Oh, it's actually not that much more powerful than the Flux Tome. So never mind, don't even worry about that. It's not worth it. We could forge this Flux Tome for cheaper than it would cost to buy the Elf Thunder Tome. And it has, excuse me, and it has more charges. So Elf Thunder is not going to be that useful for us. It would be better for Muriel, but she's not the character who's going to be one-shotting things. So the last question is, would we need an extra second seal? So second seal options are going to be basically just Muriel into Valkyrie. And that's really it. And we're going to get another second seal before that needs to happen. So I think we're fine. I think we have a Master Seal too. So our Master Seal is probably going to be Muriel into Sage or Cordelia into Dark Flyer. I haven't decided which one yet. I think we can get through this next chapter without using any promotions. So let's just do this first. No. Archer stall? No, it's not worth it for what we're doing here. It would take one of our best combat units and reset him to a base class stuck with an E rank weapon, and he's not good enough to like reset to a level 1 archer and still be good. That's something you do for like your main carry. Like when Robin is like getting close to level 20 tactician, then yes, resetting them to level 1 dark mage is fine. Stahl like struggled to get to level 10 cavalier. He's not going to have the experience to get back to level 10 archer in any time that's going to matter to us. Saria also has an Elf Thunder too. Yeah, you're right about that. Good call. I don't know if she's holding it, but she definitely has it. Yeah, she's even holding it. All right, so let me get rid of the units I'm not using here. This should be a really strong core team. We can dump their items back into the convoy. I do want to train an archer at some point, but I don't know who we're going to be able to use for it, because we didn't use Veri on this run, so we're kind of behind on our archer game. In fact, who would we use for our archer? Crom is an option, honestly, even after the whole conversation I just had about Stahl, only because we're not using him as a main combat unit. But the problem is we lose access to his speed pair up, and his speed pair up is pretty valuable to us. So maybe not. Who's the next best option? It's probably going to be Noir, honestly. It's probably going to be when we grab Noir, or when we get Severa. Lisa into Valkyrie for dual strike plus, or dual support plus. Yes, eventually. And even yes, maybe in the short term. But I don't want to put her through Troubadour, because it's going to take too long for her to become useful. So I want to promote. In fact, she's actually a good option to promote into Sage soon. It's actually her versus Muriel. They're both competing for that Sage slot. But we need Muriel to get there sooner. So we're probably going to promote Muriel first, Lisa second. So honestly, Lisa into Troubadour, Muriel into the Sage, and then both of them into Valkyrie later. I could see working. 14 strength, 14 speed at level 9. Our Crom seems blessed. Yeah, this does seem a little pretty good, which is funny because he didn't. If he had been this good and he got more experience, that would have been even better. Men cannot get Valkyrie, but you can pass down dual support plus to Owain. I'll actually show you the builds that we're running. Give me a second. Let me... hold on a second. I gotta do this. I have to open it up, and then I'll show you the builds we're running. I haven't shown them yet today, so I might as well do it. Oh, cool, it came right up. Oops, sorry. Yeah, these are the builds that we're eventually planning to run, and we're kind of working our way backwards from here. So we're setting up characters who can make these child builds to carry us through the game, and then when we get to the end, we're going to make these child builds. So we're going to be getting Sniper Severa, Jerome, I think Wyvern Lord is what we're going with. Sniper Inigo as well. Noir is actually going to be magic focused. She's actually better with magic, even though she makes a really good... So if you're just trying to beat the game, she makes a really good archer. She's one of the best archers in the game. But if you're looking for like long-term performance, like endgame performance, you want to do a magical build with her because her magical caps are better. Yeah, this is the spreadsheet we did in part 1, which unfortunately, because of a bogus copyright claim, I had to mute like a huge section of that video. And that unfortunately killed a lot of the discussion too, not just like the music, but it also killed like me talking about the stuff that we were doing. But there's a timestamp that takes you to the part where it's not muted anymore. You were looking at Church's clash options. It's an odd selection, but +2 strength war cleric could be goated. Maybe. Longbow axis. Yeah, we want to get a longbow user eventually, but I mean, we just don't have the characters for it. We just didn't have experience to give to Virion, so you take what you get. But the good thing is this team has a very strong Robin, as well as like really good second string units. So that's kind of, every team has like some advantages and some disadvantages. Our advantage is that we have a very strong Robin and really good second string units. So we very rarely get into a situation where we don't have the firepower to punch through enemy formations, because we have like 6 characters who are genuinely capable of like taking out enemies at a decent pace. Okay, having said all that, let's see what our starting formation is going to be. I always get stuck on this chapter. Every time I get to this chapter, I have to come up with a new strategy to clear. I just haven't really yet found one strategy that works like all the time with every team. Typically, I just have to like find a strategy for each team that each team that gets here needs their own unique strategy in order to beat this chapter, is the best way to say it. I'd almost like to send Robin up the left side, I think. I'm a little concerned about my speed. I'm not going to get doubled, but can I one-shot these guys? 39. Yeah, actually, we can one-shot them. Okay, so we'll be fine. You get over here. Staff users, I typically want them in the center. Maybe Frederick on the right side. Frederick, either that or Muriel. It's so tough. I'm never exactly sure what to do on this chapter, really. These guys in the center are going to cause a lot of problems for me. Alright, let's just see what this opener looks like. This is like a skeleton of like what a good opener could look like. So we'll start with this. Fortunately, this idiot rolled exactly Aegis Plus, as he is wont to do. I can actually one-shot them with the Wind Tome. What about a regular Wind Tome? Okay, well, let's go with my initial instinct then. Get rid of him. Then Robin enemy sweeps everyone on the left. The problem is there's so much enemy coverage here. It's tough to get Anna to safety without killing like at least these 2 guys. But killing these 2 guys takes a lot of firepower, which we technically have, but I pushed all my guys on the right hand side. So we kind of screwed up on that. Alright, what we're probably going to have to do is move our combat units into the center and make sure that we kill these 2. Even then, we got a lot to worry about. It's mostly this guy. So then we have to kill all 3 of these guys. Maybe we can do. Yeah, see, Frederick has reached the point where he's not one-shotting enemies anymore, and that's causing serious problems. If he had a good strength pair, I could do it. Maybe I start bringing Virion. Alright, let me try something. Let me try some things. Let me put Virion back on the team. We're going to need him anyway, to make Inigo. I mean, we don't necessarily need to do it in the short term, but the thing is, I'm not really using Sumia. So what if we put Virion back on the team? Iron, Steel. Sure. Blessed. Underdog. Glass. Alright, so I would do something like... Yeah, so we're going to need to push in the center. That is very clear to me now. It might even be a good idea to have Robin help out with the center too. So Robin, Cordelia, Muriel, Lonku, Stall. Who's our best rescue staff user right now? It's actually Lisa. Okay, so this configuration works. I need to get you over here where you can reach Frederick and you can reach Cordelia. Okay. So this opener might work. So it looks something like this. Robin gets you. Gotta be careful about these archers. Pavis Plus, what do you know? Miriam, come on, man. I sent you. I specifically brought you. Because I thought you would be helpful. These guys have pass. They don't have pass. Not fast enough even with Lonku. Okay. Let me see what kind of damage we're dealing. I think we're actually fine here. 14. Let me give him the Steel Lance. She should be able to deal 20 damage. Gotta use the Micaiah's Pyre for this. Fine, I'll do it. That's the one downside of the Lonku pair up on Muriel. It's much harder for her to one-shot things. Okay, if I go here, I rescue Anna. I can talk to her and then pair up with her. Now I have both Crom and Robin's actions. Sorry, Crom and Anna's actions saved. These two just get over here, and then Anna... You can actually use Anna to help out like right away against these enemies too, which is kind of cool. If I could get the 11 sword, it would be pretty awesome actually. Yeah, okay, if I have to run this back again, I'll grab the 11 sword next time. As it is, this should be fine. They're going to prefer attacking Frederick, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, this looks fine. We can use... Now we can use our second string units to clean up these guys, and we can use our first string units to push. Probably through the center, and then Robin can hold the middle. 3 enemies with Luna, though. Alright, hold on. 28, 28, 35. That's 91 damage. We're gonna reduce that by... I love the Robin Saria pair up, by the way. He gets so much defense from this. Like, up until now, we've been struggling because we didn't have our plus defense Robin, but now, like, all of those problems are solved. We just gained, like, 4 or 5 levels worth of defense. In fact, this is more like 6 levels worth of defense, just by having Saria paired up with us. It just puts us so far ahead of the curve. Alright, anyway, 91 damage, minus 11, minus 11, minus 11 is 58. We cannot take this. But if we kill one of them, then we're only taking 2 attacks. And this one in front has pass, so he's the best one to remove. Let me see if I can kill him with the basic Wind Tome as well. That's important information. The answer seems to be yes. Does that apply to all of them or just this guy? I can't check now. Okay. It's fine. Yes to him and yes to him. Okay, so yeah, we actually one-shot everything with the Wind Tome, which is cool. Alright, so these guys... the archer does have pass, but he can only stand on Robin's square anyway. So these guys are blocked. So now we need to push through the center and make sure that we get rid of this guy. Just have somebody get rid of this guy. And whoever stands in... whoever stands in this square needs to be able to fight this guy. Does he have advantage? Yes, of course he does. Of course he does. Don't ask that question. You know that he has vantage. You know that he has vantage. Come on. What if instead we do... this? $17.27. We have to dodge this attack, which is reasonably likely. Is that the play? Go for the dodge? I mean, I feel like she's better at fighting these two, though. Oh god, this guy has a short axe. Oh, hold on a second. We can fight him over the wall. Okay, we got the dodge. I hate the fact that this guy has vantage. It makes me so angry. I hate when they get the one exact skill that you don't want them to have. It's so frustrating. And it happens like every single time. Alright, we're just gonna do this. We got the guard anyway. And now Frederick should be able to fly around the corner and take out this guy. Yes, with the steel axe. And no vantage on this one. Okay, this sets us up really well for next turn. Silver sword, I wasn't looking at that. I also didn't notice this archer either. I don't think he threatens anyone, does he? No. And he's gonna go after Muriel anyway and just sweep himself, so it doesn't even matter. Who's targeting Cordelia? You? I'd like to trade her gear, but I don't think I can do it anymore. I don't have any actions left to do that. Is that gonna kill her? No, it's not gonna kill her, but I really wish she had the killer lance equipped. But what about Robin? Or sorry, yeah, what about Lisa? Oh god, I forgot to restock her heal stabs. It's pretty bad. It's quite foolish of me. Libra doesn't have any either. Alright, we're probably gonna have to redo this anyway. I'm wasting men's staff charges. I'm just looking at chat and we'll see what you guys are talking about. It would be easier to give him kills because he's a 2-range character. I think the reason you didn't is because it makes Cordelia worse. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Are you talking about Virion? Severa Archer sounds goated. Yeah, Archer Severa is awesome. She has some of the best stats of any Generation 2 characters, and because just like archery is very strong, giving that utility to one of your strongest physical units helps a lot. Strength Tonic Frederick with the Sumia pair up, that would be an option for sure. It wouldn't really change much though, because he's already, like his speed's not fast enough that he's doubling anything anyway. Well, maybe. Not sure. You dare me in my next run to use a Robin that's not a Dark Mage. I use Dark Mage Robin a lot already. I mean, it's just tough not to because it's such a strong class. Like, why would you not use, like, what are the best options, basically? The issue is that Robin, like, Magical Robin is just so much better than Strength-based Robin. And Dark Mage is basically the best magical class, especially for trying to play through the game. You can definitely make arguments for Sage, especially for endgame performance, and even for staff utility. But if a character has access to Dark Mage, they probably want to go into Dark Mage. So those two facts combined together just means that Robin wants to be magical, and therefore Robin wants to go into Dark Mage. And there's just not really much else of an argument to be had about it. Oh, the whole point of going here was that I wanted to trade. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this. I'm not gonna waste like expensive stabs just because I was too stupid to spend 10 seconds giving my characters heal stabs. I almost want to go back to the shop and grab another one for Libra as well. Yeah, I'm doing it. That means I'm gonna have to reset my entire formation, but you know what? It's fine. We're here. We're doing it. Might as well just do it. Let me also check like my javelins and hand axes. We're actually looking pretty fine on those. Oh yeah, we must have plenty. If we're not using her, then we're going to send these items back.
I carry only the finest.
And I want to put the Levin sword into the convoy, because I want Anna to grab it. That's going to help with the opener that we were using. I noticed that she had a lot of potential with the Levin sword on turn 1. I could have Lisa take Anna's heal staff at some point. At some point, yes, but I needed to use heal staffs this turn. And I had to use a men's staff, and then on the next one I was going to have to use a physics staff to heal someone who's standing right next to me. I'm not doing that. That's a foolish notion. And there was other optimizations that I could have done anyway, so I'm just going to do those. I'm going to have to reset everything. You should be able to reach Cordelia. Yes, you can. You can reach Muriel. We need... Oh, no, sorry, hold on. Switch you here. Muriel here is fine. Frederick here, and then Virion here to reach Fred. Yes. Stall here reaches Cordelia. And then I think this looks fine. This looks like relatively... Oh, no, hold on a second. We want Lisa over here. This looks relatively similar to what we did on the previous attempt. I should probably give her the other rescue staff, too, so let me trade those. This early on, when you can't buy more rescue staffs, it's better to it's better to have the charges be like roughly equal. So you don't want one rescue staff with like 1 charge and then one rescue staff with 5 charges, because then when that breaks, then you only have 1 rescue staff and you can't share it between characters. So it's better to have them on like 2 and 3. That way you have 2 staffs that you can pass around, rather than having them on like 0 and 5. Alright, this should be fine. This should go much better. Would Elf Thunder be better in Muriel's inventory? Yeah, probably. Probably. Almost definitely. I actually noticed that during the last attempt, and then I forgot it. And I also needed to put the Wind Tome into Robin's inventory, too. Because we can one-shot these guys with the Wind Tome. We don't need to be wasting Flux Tome charges. She can't grab it this turn. If she grabs it on a later turn, that's not a big deal to me. It was mostly just wasting like physics stabs and things like that, which were, it's like, that's too big of a loss. Okay, we're not sending her there because this guy has counter Aegis. We'll send her over here. Yeah, because she could make good use of the Elf Undertone this turn right now. But we got the dual strike anyway, so we're goated. Alright, what came next? We wanted Frederick to one-shot something. Was it you? Let me check the archers. Yeah, Frederick one-shots here. That's going to save us the trouble of dealing with this guy next turn. Oh, does he have Vantage Plus? Really? Problem is we have to do something about this guy right now. And it has to be something drastic. Oh crap, I needed to pair these 2 up first. Okay. Well, let's reorganize Saria's inventory. Well, TVP, you get a shout out again. Let's fix the inventory. Okay. So, where are you? You need, honestly, you don't even really need anything. So the basic Wind Tome is fine. Anything else? I mean, sure. We'll keep the Nosferatu just in case we need it, but I don't like using it. And then we want Robin to have the other Wind Tome. And then we want Muriel to have the Elf Undertone. And then we need Saria to have the Concoction. Alright, let's try this again. You've been using Despoil Robin, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's something I really want to experiment with. I say that every time someone brings it up. I'll get around to it eventually. Oh, crap. We're probably going to have to reset one more time to get rid of this guy. But there's a chance we get a dual strike. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what it is about these parallel chapters. They just feel so tedious. Like I don't know, it just takes so long to accomplish anything. And then you just have to keep resetting over and over again every time like one tiny thing goes wrong. I don't know, I just don't love them. This guy's passed here. That's going to cause problems. That's going to cause a lot of problems if we don't get rid of him. Alright, so we're going to switch up where our characters are going. You're going to have to take care of this guy. Yeah, see, this is a really good use of the Elf Undertone. I wasted a Killing Edge charge there, but it's fine. No pass on him, so we're fine. Luna Plus, that's fine. Cordelia first makes the most sense. Because we can't double anyway, is it better to have stall attack? No. It's better to do this. Give him the Killer Lance this turn. Try to attack. And then you get it. Leave him on 1. It's not what I wanted. Well, that's fine. Is it ever worth it to give this to Virion? If I could guarantee the accuracy, I might consider it, but not without an accuracy guarantee. No thank you. That's good enough. Alright, now we get Anna out of here. Give her the Levin sword. Pair up with her. And she is immediately contributing to the battle. Nice dual strike. Alright, who hasn't gone yet? Just need to get my staff users out of there. That's what it looks like. I don't want to deal with that. Nice dual strike. Alright, we got a lot more momentum on this attempt too. Alright, this is probably the attempt. Man, stall. Can you level up speed just one time, my guy? Alright, that extra momentum is going to help us a lot, I will say. See, and you know what? I'll give myself credit here, because I've said this before. When a character is playing the role of a dedicated support, their speed stat does not matter. So even though I'm sitting here complaining about Stall's speed being absolutely terrible, the truth is, him dual striking with the Killer Lance there multiple times that turn was so valuable, and it didn't even matter what his speed stat had nothing to do with that, and it will never have anything to do with what he's doing. So to be honest, the speed doesn't really matter. Excuse me. All right, Muriel can punch through here, and I think she can. Can she take a hit from that guy? No, she can't take a hit from him. So if she does that, we need someone to body block her, or body block for her. But I think that's fine. I'm not going to waste Killing Edge charges here. I'll just use Elfthunder to guarantee the kill. Nice guard. Alright, now unfortunately she can't take this other hit no matter what, so we need a body blocker anyway. But it's a nice gesture. Keep Frederick out of this guy's range, especially with Luna. We should be able to one-shot this guy, though. Yes. Of course he has Vantage. He always has Vantage. You never ever run into a situation where he doesn't have Vantage. I'm just gonna dodge the crit or get crit and just reset. Okay, fine. Oh, this guy's not gonna be able to do anything to us. He will be able to attack Muriel though. 28. Oh no, he can't. I thought he had pass. Oh, he does have pass. So yeah, he will be able to attack Muriel. So he's gonna deal. He won't kill her. So we just need someone to body block this tile right here, and we'll be fine. Robin's gonna do the same thing as last time. We're just gonna hold this position. Of course, this guy rolled exactly Aegis Plus. You know he's going to roll Aegis Plus. He's always going to roll Aegis Plus. Never a situation where he doesn't roll Aegis Plus. Just accept it. Move on. They don't all have Luna this time, though, so we probably just tank their attacks, right? Well, unfortunately, the hardest hitting one has Luna. Actually, that doesn't even really matter. It doesn't matter which ones have Luna. I just realized that. It actually doesn't matter which ones have Luna, because the amount of damage you take is based on your own defense score. We're going to take 31. We're actually totally fine here. And they can't reach us. So here's the tricky part. I need to heal you. I don't necessarily need to heal you right now, but I would like to heal you at some point. Can Stall take this hit is the next question. 35. The answer is yes, I can take it. I'm going to go Killing Edge here. Yeah, I'm playing for high rolls here. I want to gain momentum. And if I don't get it, it's fine. But if I do get it, that's much better. I should have given him like an Iron Lance or a Steel Lance or something. He's wasting a lot of Lance charges. But he doesn't really need to be. Okay, I could Physic Robin here, but I don't need to. They're guaranteed to survive anyway. Oh, crap. How did that happen? And I can't body block her either without putting Anna in risk of getting attacked by like a billion enemies. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. Well, I might as well heal Robin then. Interesting. I don't know how much this archer is going to do to her. She actually survives on 1. Stall with the dodge. Alright. Now we need to worry about this thief right here. I need to get up here very fast. So, even more than my plan to deal with these enemies, I have to come up with a plan to intercept this thief as soon as possible. I almost wish he went for this chest. I would actually prefer if he went for this chest. He'd be much easier to catch. It's actually so hard to get him when he's behind all these enemies. But yeah, even more than dealing with these guys, I have to figure out how to get my units up here fast. Like Robin, I cannot use Robin to stay here and help fight this enemy group. It's just not an option anymore. The problem is this guy rolled the exact most annoying combination for any archer to have. Archer with counter. And Frederick too. I really need to get Frederick out of here. Alright, so hold on a second. Muriel can hit you. I don't love the accuracy. Okay, hold on. I can guarantee the accuracy with the Wind Tome. That's worth it. I mean, this is good progress, and it gets rid of an enemy. The only thing that would be better is if Stall can do it, but I don't think Stall can do it. Maybe you can though. Yes, you can. Okay, so we'll have you do this, and then maybe either Frederick or Robin holds the southern position. Robin holding this position would be smartest. This guy has pass. I can block him though. It's not a huge deal. I don't know if Robin can take all these attacks, but there's not really any reason to do the math. You just send it, and then you're either gonna win or you're not gonna win. That's I would say this is one of the major differences between Iron Man and like just like, you know, regular like I don't know what to call it, just like regular not Iron Man gameplay. When I get into a situation where I don't know, hold on a second. I need to do something here, because I need to get these characters behind Robin, but that's going to be very difficult because of their limited movement. I'm gonna have to leave someone in range of these archers. Alright. I just need to block these tiles. Okay, Frederick is good. He can advance as far as I need him to this turn. I don't want to take Arc Wind. I don't mind taking Arc Fire. The Silver Axe guy has counter. Whoop-de-doo. Who would have guessed? Get up there somehow. Alright. Let's just get rid of this guy. This is progress. And we can fight him safely. Oh, you know what? While I have the page open, I'm going to see if javelins or hand axes are cheaper. Because they actually do the same damage. with A rank. Hand axes are 750. Javelins are 700, so javelins are cheaper. So we want Anna here. Lisa here. I hope she takes any hit. I'm pretty sure she takes any hit, right? 28. Yeah, she's fine. It's better to have her standing next to Robin than Libra. And it's also better for her to gain experience than Libra. Oh, she's attacked from 2 angles. That could have gone much worse. I mean, there was nothing I could do anyway. That was the only play I had, but that could have gone a lot worse. I mean, technically, in addition to evasion, I also had Miracle to rely on there, but that was, yeah, that was pretty bad. Alright, we need to open this door, like, now. How in the... I honestly, I don't think I've ever caught this thief on Lunatic Plus. I've done it on Lunatic. But he is a pain to get rid of. So, 1, 2... We got 3 turns to get up there. Maribel can take this guy. Should I open the door first? In fact... Oh, I can't take counter damage, though. If I can get Robin up here, it would be better. I definitely have a way to get Robin up there. But it involves using a rescue staff. Is it worth using a rescue staff? What is in that? What is even in that chest? It bothers me so much that the wiki calls these paralogs when they're actually side stories. Oh, it's an arm scroll. Oh no, it's a mend staff. Oh wait, is that it? He steals a mend staff? It's either a mend staff or an arm scroll. The arm scroll I really want. The mend staff, I don't care if he takes. I honestly don't remember what item he takes. He steals the arm scroll, okay. Then yeah, it's I gotta rush, but I don't know how to get up there fast enough. What about this door? Is this door safer to open? I mean, not really. Not when every single freaking thing in the universe has counter. Every single enemy in this galaxy has counter. That kind of throws a wrench in our plans. If I can get Robin up there fast enough, I can do something. Can I pass him over to Crom? Technically, yes, but then Saria is stranded. This is the only one with pass. God, this guy has counter too. Come on, man! Ugh. Can I just ever once just come up with a strategy and then not immediately have the one enemy have counter who blocks it? Ah, this is so frustrating. I still hate Aegis and Pavis more than counter, but sometimes, like at moments like this, I understand why counter is the most hated skill. It's so annoying when it shows up in the one spot where you don't want it. And it just happens constantly. If I rescue Robin over here, I can really make like a play. I just don't want to waste a rescue staff on this. But I don't see what the alternative is. I'm going to go all in because of the fact that I've never once managed to preserve a rescue staff while playing Lunatic Plus, or sorry, to get this chest while playing Lunatic Plus, I really want to see if I can do it or not. Okay, now let's see what we're dealing with here. We have to stand in a tile that's... well, if we kill this guy... So if we kill this guy... Oh, this guy has passed 2. What do you know? This guy has passed 2. Of course he does. You could take out him. You could take out him. And then you would have to enemy phase him, which you could. So you here. This game has got me crashing out today. Already. We're already getting started. You here. Nice crit. Okay, so Robin's gonna enemy phase this guy. No Vantage here. We don't have to worry about Vantage. Get rid of him. This guy reaches Maribel. Of course he does. Can she survive? She survives, so I don't really care. You can attack her if you want. I'm more concerned about the fact that Lisa can't get away. But that's not exactly true, because she can just move over here and then switch over to Libra. I wish this game had unlock staves. Unlock staves. That'd be pretty cool. Alright. This guy's gonna attack Maribel anyway. So it doesn't really matter where Stall and Cordelia go. We can't bait him into attacking Stall. I mean, maybe we bait him into attacking Cordelia. No, she doesn't survive. Yeah, we can't bait him into attacking Stall anyway. So there's not really a necessity in putting up any kind of facade that Stall's going to fight this turn. So we might as well just get them further to the right so we have them available for action on the right if we need to. Okay. Here's the problem. So he's going to go for this chest. If he stands here... then he can escape on the next turn without me having any way to stop him. If he stands here, then I can hit him at least without fighting every single enemy in the formation. Although I'd still have to fight the boss anyway, which is the one that I don't want to fight. Let's just see what he does. This is good experimentation. If Maribel stands here... nice crit. She can enemy phase one of those archers. We don't have to deal with him next turn. I'm gonna have to heal Robin up because I have no idea if they're gonna have to fight stuff next turn. I should be able to take both of these attacks. This is why you have to run Robin as Dark Mage, because they're just constantly having to take attacks. Come on. She's gonna get attacked by 2 enemies now. How much did they deal? 28. Plus 28. She's probably dead. 56 damage. 42, yeah, she's dead. Cool. Fun. Okay. Sure, why not? Libra stands here, and Frederick kills this guy. We might be able to salvage this. So Libra here. In fact, let's have Anna do it. Her action is less valuable. She can take a hit, right? Yeah. In fact, hold on a second. Why didn't she just attack? Oh, because he has counter, of course. So here, that blocks him in, so he can't kill Frederick now. Now we just need to kill this guy. He has counter, but that's just the logic of this world. That's the rule of this universe. We need to get our damage just high enough so that we two-shot him without killing ourselves with counter damage. This should do it. And if we crit, we take none. Based. At this point, I'm starting to think you guys actually enjoy hearing me rage. Is this what we're going to do, or is it the other thing? This. Okay. He's got the arm scroll already? Dude, I am so screwed. Where's he standing? Okay, I'm gonna test something out here. Which I believe works, because I think I've done this before. I'm fairly certain if I stand right here, this thief will be forced to attack me. And then I'm gonna one-shot him, and I'm not gonna take any counter damage. In fact, can Saria one-shot him? 22 damage. No, not even close. Okay, so we'll have Robin do it. So if Robin's standing here, I'm pretty sure the thief wants to escape. I'm standing on his escape tile. He will be forced to attack me, and then I will get the arm scroll. And that keeps me out of range of all these enemies too. And if this is true, I'm going to use this footage for my guide video when I publish it, because this is very important information to know about this chapter. Okay, get over here. How much does he deal to me? 21. I need to heal above 21. Okay, we're fine. In fact, I can probably just do this now. Yeah, get Lonk some experience. Our boy Lonk. I need to not kill myself with counter damage here. I'm gonna take 30 damage. Good God. Is there ever a reason why every single archer on the map needs to spawn with counter? I'm just curious. Or is that was just an artistic choice? They thought it would be fun. That must be what it is. I don't think there was actually a reason for it. I think there's a good logical reason. Yes, okay, this works. And honestly, even if it didn't work, we still would have stopped him from escaping because we're still standing on his escape tile. So if you want to stop this guy from escaping, I'm pretty sure this is the strat. This is how you have to do it. Now, with no threat of the thief, we can actually take our time and solve the rest of the map at our own pace. Which means giving experience to whatever characters we want. It means building support points. Getting staff experience, opening all of the other chests with no rush, no timetable. Now we're in a really good position. I want to get Crom some experience. Get our boy Crom to level up. This guy here. I think Muriel is a very good candidate for fighting him. Where is she? Oh, let's open this door. Where's Anna? Get this door open so we're not running around like buffoons. Honestly, I'm not in any rush. This is the one thing I will always tell you guys. If you are interested in like LTC style gameplay, this is not the stream for you. I will take my time, I will take as much time as I need in order to set up and get all of my objectives, and I will not feel even remotely inclined to rush myself to that end. It's just not the way that I enjoy playing games. I actually very much dislike any time that games put you on a timer. I really prefer to go at my own pace. Nicely done, you two. If possible, I really would like to have another lock touch unit at some point in time, but it can be very difficult to get one going. Because when you get to, I can't remember which the number for the chapter now, but it's the one where you fight Yanfei. When you get to that chapter, it's very, very useful to have 2 lock touch units. Having just one makes that chapter so much harder. Alright, this guy, of course, he spawned with counter. We have a solution for that. And it is called... get experience on the Krog. And Saria. And Virion. Oh, this guy moves too. I did not know that. Interesting. Alright, well, let's do what I was going to do. So, first here, switch. Nice crit, Virion. That's Olivia's future husband right there. We don't want Lisa to hit level 20 before we're ready to promote her, so we're going to focus on training Muriel now. Alright, so now we get these two in action. Now we don't have Elwind to worry about. We don't have the threat of Elwind. So we can just fight at our own pace. These two can do it without the killing edge. Oh, don't do that. Nice dodge. Perfect. Alright, now we just need Anna to grab this chest. And then we're going to go back around. We're going to set her up into a position where she can grab the final chest on the same turn where we kill the boss. Actually, I'm going to send this to the convoy so I can sell it. Alright, so now we're going to start setting up characters to deal with enemies across here. The boss on this tile is pretty dangerous. I think what I normally like to do is something like this, yeah. I want Robin to fight all of these enemies, and all of them have Aegis, but you know what? We'll just look at that as more experience. Ooh, nice. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, this is nice. Because they just got their support conversation before going into this battle. Oops. Which means by having them step on a shiny spot right now, that means they're definitely getting value out of it. Because it's getting them to their next support level faster. It's giving them extra support points that they wouldn't normally be able to get. Alright, where do we want all of our other characters to go? So I'm gonna want Robin here. If we can take all 3 of these attacks, which I think we can, 42, 28, 35. 42 plus 28 plus 35 is 105. That's a lot of damage. Robin, get back in the lead. Minus 25, minus 25, minus 25 is 30 damage. We take all those hits, so we can fight all 3 of these guys, which we want to do. Look at that Trickster pair up. Okay, we want Anna to be in position to grab this chest before ending the chapter. We want Frederick and Virion here. Probably actually more like in the spot where Robin is right now. We want them like here so they can go either way. To support, I think... Honestly, I think I actually want my other characters up here. Because they can attack from different angles if needed. And then honestly, my staff users just need to be back. Because I might need to retreat. There's a non-zero chance that I need to retreat. Alright, so let's get started. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Anna... what is her movement? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually going to put Anna here. And I'm going to waste one more turn just to confirm that she can get to the chest. Okay, she can. So if Anna needs to retreat, she can retreat. So Robin here, I can one-shot everything with the Wind Tome. Well, actually I can't because they rolled Aegis Plus, but I don't know, we'll figure something out. Run up here and grab this now. It's worth like 1,000 gold, honestly. It's kind of worth the trouble. And he has Aegis too. And he has Aegis too. And he has Aegis too. And he also has Aegis. And he too also has Aegis. Alright, so we can pull these guys this way. Unfortunately, they overlap their ranges, so that's not going to be an option anymore. Does Robin one-shot this guy? Does. Okay, if Robin one-shots you, we would have to anchor to pull some of the other characters off of Robin. Because we're not going to take all these attacks, no way. Either that or we just sandbag for one turn. That also works. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to run away. Now, the problem is if they turn around and start chasing Anna. If they turn around and start chasing Anna, we're gonna be in trouble. Is there any way that we can separate these guys? We can't anchor for Robin either because these guys overlap as well. So we have to get rid of the boss before we can start anchoring. I'm gonna put her over here just in case I need to rescue Anna or something. Nice guard. Have I considered doing a character tier list? Yes, I have. I want to do one. Soon. Sooner rather than later. Oh, perfect. Okay, so only one guy's chasing Anna, and she can get away from him easily. She outruns him by a wide margin. Additionally... Okay, this guy does have pass. This guy does not have Vantage. Crom... Can I actually have Crom kill this guy? Which might actually be the play. Because he really needs the experience. Yeah, because we really want him to get to level 10. You love Aegis Plus? I hate Aegis Plus. I hate Aegis and Pavis so much. They're interesting in theory, but in practice they don't really lead to good situations. Like from a game design perspective. They typically just restrict the player. In cases where, how do I want to say this? They typically restrict the player from I don't know, how can I say this? Like, for some reason I'm struggling with how to say it. like in theory, you think the way that it would work is that, oh, like this enemy has Aegis, so I have my physical attacker attack them, and this enemy has Pavis, so I have my magical attacker attack them. And that actually is how it works when you get to the end of the game. When you get to like mid game and end game, it actually works that way. And that's when Lunatic Plus becomes really, really fun. Like that's when Lunatic Plus becomes basically the best like Fire Emblem game mode, when you actually get to that point. The problem is for like half of the game, it doesn't work that way. You just have like, it's like, oh, Frederick needs to kill this enemy, but they have Pavis Plus. Robin needs to kill this enemy, but they have Aegis Plus. And there's no counterplay at all. There's nothing you can do about it whatsoever. And it's just bad. It's just not fun. It's just not fun. Alright, you super run away. And I want to get... I know what I want to do, but I can't figure out how to do it. Okay, hold on. This is what I want to do. You go over here. So we know that Crom's going to get attacked unless we stand exactly here. Then we can prevent that. The problem is if we do that, the person who stands here is going to get hit with counter damage, which we also want to prevent. So let's not do that. Let's just accept the fact that Crom's going to get attacked for damage that he can survive. Okay, who is not active? Lisa, you're fine. Alright, now we can kind of do whatever we want with him, although, again, just the combination of 2-range attacker with counter severely limits our experience distribution, but we can make this work. Let's attack from over here just in case. I don't want to be too close to that Myrmidon. Now, what do we do about the Myrmidon? Honestly, Fred could probably fight him. This is actually a good chance to get the item that I wanted in Frederick's inventory. Stand here. Go into the convoy. Get a bronze lance if I can get this one. Maribel here. Anna, you have performed beyond admirably. You have done extremely well. I always have high expectations for you, and you always surpass them. Do we want Robin here? Technically, no, actually. Technically not. I could see the value in giving this to Virion in a normal playthrough, but given the parameters for this run and what we're trying to do, I think it's actually better to give it to Chrom if he can attack. And if he can't attack safely, well, he can, so it's not even worth discussing, but if he couldn't attack safely, I would have given it to Stahl instead. Give it to the characters that I'm actually planning to use in the immediate term. Get some free staff experience. Save a rapier charge with the power of Hex and Anathema. LeBron. Give it to Muriel for the level up. I mean, she can get it next chapter. It's not a big deal. The reason why you didn't vote for Longku in the poll is because in this team he's not trained as well. Yeah, that's true. On this team, I would say Muriel is the one who's really been showing up. Like, she has really surpassed expectations for this run. Or not, I wouldn't say she surpassed expectations, but she's really shining in this run. That's how I would say it. I would say Muriel, Frederick. Yeah, it's pretty much Muriel and Frederick are the two on this run that are like contributing in a very big way. And then like Stall, Cordelia, and Longku, these are like our second string. Alright, let's sort some of this junk now, because we picked up a lot of junk in that chapter. I will be honest, I'm kind of losing focus already, even though we've only been streaming for 2 hours today. We did like, what, 8-hour streams for the last couple weeks? I'm going to empty her inventory now just in case I end up not using her. I'm probably going to use her, but I just have to be a little bit careful. I also have to not use the store all command until I have access to buyable rescue staves. I need to prevent the game from auto-stacking them. I could definitely see the value in giving this rescue staff to Anna. Because Maribel's not going to make great use of it. Alright, let's check our supports. Ooh, Robin Saria. I've seen this one a billion times already. It bothered you from a narrative standpoint that you can take a break and do whatever you want between chapters 9 and 10. Yeah, I'm a very big gameplay over story person. So stuff like that just like mildly amuses me. Like it does not bother me whatsoever. And like when people say stuff like that bothers them, it's difficult for me to really understand, because it's just something that I don't personally care about at all. Like not in the slightest. Like genuinely, like I don't think I can really convey to you guys like how little I care about story in games. If the story is good, then it adds something on like the first playthrough. But generally for me, when I'm playing games, I care about the gameplay by far, way more than anything else. Anyway, let's grab a rescue staff with you. We're gonna take the other rescue staff back with you. Everyone's got heal and mend staves. Maribel kind of needs the mend staff because otherwise she can't actually heal. Anna needs some staffery, some staffitude, which actually there's a lot of options available. All right, and the mend staff probably just Libra. Oh, actually maybe Maribel. It's a better user of the ward staff. But then it's a tough call. Maribel has better options for repositioning on the battlefield, and she's the type who I would want to like ward someone and then hang back while that person goes forward. On the other hand, while Libra has less maneuverability, if he needs to move forward and then ward someone while also being in range of an enemy, he's more likely to survive than Maribel is. But then again, she'll never hit herself with counter damage. But then again, he can just unequip his axe. So, I don't know. This is a tough call. I don't know who the better ward staff user is. Excuse me. Red Watcher, you always use Muriel in Lunatic Plus. I actually usually have a hard time fitting her on my team, just because I have other things I want to be doing. But she is quite good. Who got the Seraph Robe? Nobody. Well, I mean, I got the Seraph Robe. I'm still holding it. I'm not going to give it to someone unless they need it. Alright, okay, here we go. Yes, we're on this chapter. If we can beat this chapter today, I'll be very happy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to chapter 12. It's been very rainy and very snowy all day. And I had 2 really long streams the past 2 weeks. So we might do more of like a 3 to 4 hour stream today. We should be able to get through this chapter, though. Maybe the next one, we'll see how we feel afterwards. You know, if I stop today on like chapter 10 or 11, then for the next stream I can name it something ridiculous like chapter 12 Gauntlet. The most brutal chapter. Those streams always, it's really sad how well clickbait works, honestly. Those streams always get like way more views. It's honestly really sad. It's really sad. Like pretty much like I would say 90 to 95% of creators do not want to like use clickbait titles. But there's just no option. Like you have to do it. There's no other choice. I'll give her the Levin sword. I don't know, maybe it's better to have Longku have it, honestly. She just needs something to defend herself if she gets attacked. She had really good 11 sword utility in the last battle, but I actually think Lonku has better 11 sword usage as a proactive frontline unit. I also don't necessarily need Anna in this chapter. I could bring Sumia instead if I want to fly Frederick around. But then again, Virion is better for archery dual strikes, lead attacks, and boosting Frederick's strength for potential one-shots. Look at this Silver Lance still going. Lance is good enough for you. I think Cordelia has the Steel Lance and the Javelin. Yeah, she does. Let's start restocking our Javelins. Oh, that was it. That's all we had. I feel pretty okay about this. I don't have any issues with this. I'm probably overlooking something important, but putting that aside, I feel okay about this. I do not have any plan, any specific plan in mind. I think I want Frederick to grab this thief if possible. He's gonna have... We need 30 to attack. We have 33 with the Steel Lance. We can do it without even wasting Silver Lance charges. Look at that. When we do that, though, we're going to be in range of this guy. So, if possible, I would like someone to run over and trade Frederick's equipment. Is there someone who can do that? In fact, Frederick cannot reach. Frederick cannot reach. That is an issue. That means we need him to pair up with... Anna? Gaius? But then we also need someone who can reach this tile to trade Frederick's equipment, which is not going to happen. Okay, well, can we do it with a Javelin, maybe? A Javelin plus a dual strike? And then that will... I mean, I'd rather be in this guy's range, if I could, if I had the option. Yeah, Callum is really good as a war monk. But yeah, and Ern's right as well, though. You don't have enough second seals to do it. That's actually a big problem with Awakening's design. One additional second seal in the early game would go so far. If I had to do a thing where I make like one minor change to the game that like will completely change it, even though you're only changing one thing, just add one second seal to the early game, and it would change so much about this game, because there's so many characters who would be very good if you could second seal them, and there's just no second seals to do it. Like the two if you're using renown rewards, the two that you get are just barely enough to cover the characters who must be reclassed, which is basically like Robin and Frederick. So there's just no room for that third one. It just does not exist. Does not exist. Okay, Robin should be able to sweep here, other than the fact that this guy has exactly Aegis counter, but other than that, what's the biggest 44 damage? The biggest one-shot threshold is 44. We can't do it with the Wind Tome. Oh, well, yeah, with the Zarya pair up, we should be able to do it. So Robin's going to be fine. Robin doesn't have to worry about counter as long as the enemies don't have exactly Aegis counter. Which this one does, but what do you... Like, what? There's nothing we can do about that. We'll reset. So Anna Frederick is an idea, but then we don't have the Javelin equipped to enemy phase this guy. The other idea would be giving Frederick enough strength to one-shot with the Javelin. And that looks like I would need... six damage. I don't think I can get +4 strength from anyone. I could forge a javelin. I don't like doing that. They're very disposable. Forging them usually ends up being a waste of money. The strength tonic would help, but I would still need to get a lot of extra damage. Hold on, I'm gonna have a weapon triangle advantage, so that's 1 point. Maybe that's 1 point. It's not gonna help that much. I think I'm only getting +2 from Virion. Well, let me see. I might be able to do it with Virion. Virion plus strength tonic maybe. I'm gonna have to reset anyway, so let me do this. Save first. I'll just use the energy drop because I'm about to reset anyway. I just need to test if the extra 2 damage is enough. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna get a strength tonic for Frederick, so he can one-shot that thief. This is looking a lot. Now, granted, in the Iron Man run, we're not going to be using Miriel. We are going to be using Virion. But other than that, this is starting to look a lot like what my Iron Man route is going to look like in the future. I'm just going to buy a couple extras while I have the money. Particularly what you're seeing right now from Frederick and Robin. Because if you can make Frederick and Robin strong enough, they can really carry this chapter. Especially with Frederick and Wyvern Lord. This has been a really good experimentation for Frederick and Wyvern Lord. And how much consistency he adds to the Iron Man. Which it turns out is a lot. These two in the back. Everyone else doesn't really matter, I don't think, where you go. I mean, arguably, Cordelia, we would want her here. Staff users, so we want these two in front. Staff users in the middle. This looks fine. Can Robin survive this group? Yes. Okay. Does this guy have exactly Pavis? No. Okay, we're fine. So this should be, if not a winnable attempt, this should be a really good information gathering exercise. I forgot to use the tonic. Come on. And I had all the perfect skills too. This is so... I wish you could just use them from the shop or something. Now we're going to have to reset like 50 times to get the right skills. This is what I mean when I talk about like me losing focus. And why it's not worth streaming like for too long after I start to lose focus. Because you guys would just be watching me reset over and over again. And making like really dumb mistakes. It's just not worth it. Okay, we got a decent opener. You can also reset until Luna procs. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to do that though. For me, that's worth the 150 gold to not have to do that. Alright, send the Master Seal back to the convoy. Now we should have 2 in the convoy. So if we have to promote someone to make this chapter beatable, that's a very strong idea. Okay, so now we have 45 attack. 45 one-shots everything. So we can do it with the Wind Tome. We're doubling thieves. And we don't even have a speed pair up. Come on. Come on, man. How base can one unit be? Like, really? If possible, I'd like to draw this Wyvern out. Because I don't think he reaches Robin. He doesn't reach Robin here. I'd like to draw him out with someone who can fight him safely. Oh, here's a problem. There's another one up top. And this one, of course... I'm not even going to say it. You know what skill he has. I'll give you a hint. It's the one that I don't want him to have. Okay, this guy covers the entire thing, so I can't draw this guy out without drawing the other guy out. If that's the case, is there any opportunity for fighting this guy, maybe? Probably not, but it's a hard maybe. I mean, 37. I can't fight both of these guys. That's not an option. I feel like I need to get some enemy phase work done here, but the problem is these two overlap. Well, not if I pull a guy back here, but then guess what he has? It's counter. Need some water. Yeah, you know I love my turn 1 risky strategies. But it's worth 150 gold here to just not have to reset 5 extra times. No, I don't think you should get the second seal shop before the Master Seal shop. I used to think that when I first started playing this game. I was like, why don't they have, like, why can't you buy second seals early on? At least the same time as the Master Seals, or even earlier. But what I realized the more I play this game is that second seals are a little bit of a noob trap. Like, most of the time, like, using second seals can actually hurt your builds and hurt your entire team. And even, like, soft lock your playthrough if you don't know what you're doing. So I actually think that restricting second seal access is good to prevent new players from screwing up their characters. But I do think you should have one additional second seal in the early game. I think that just the number is just too few. You know what? There's actually a lot of situations where stall can like fight an enemy with counter. This is not one of those situations, but it was worth checking. So, like, for example, like, this is pretty close. Like, this is 35 damage. So this is very close. This is why I gave him the bronze sword. Of course, he has Luna as well, but assume that he didn't. I would only need like a couple of extra points of defense in order to like survive on 1 HP. Okay, is there anything else we can do to help start sweeping this group, or do we just deal with them later? It's just because the one guy that I need to fight has counter. There's nothing I can do now. I mean, here's an idea. Well, again, it's just... and then this guy also has counter. Come on. God. Like, you try to think of any strategy, and every time you look at the next enemy, oh, they have the... Guess what? That strategy doesn't work because he has that skill. And then you look at the next one, it's like, oh, well, guess what? He also has the next skill that you also don't want to see. There's only so much of that I can take in one day. There's a limit. There's a limit. There really is a limit to it. Bait with stall and equip doesn't do anything. It just leads to stall taking damage that he doesn't need to take. If I'm going to kill them next turn, then I would just kill them next turn. They're coming this way anyway. So I would stand at the... What I need to do is stand at the edge of the range, and then next turn I just need to jump out and kill everything. The problem is there's going to be a billion wyverns running this direction next turn, and I have no way of dealing with them. I need to have Cordelia fight this guy. 37 damage. She takes it. I can even grab the... yes. I can even grab the Worm Slayer. This is the play. Killer Lance, Worm Slayer, just send it and just hope for the best. Because I need to kill at least one enemy on this side this turn. Or at least damage one enemy on this side this turn. So that next turn I can actually create safe territory for my characters to stand. Otherwise I'm going to be trapped here. The other enemies I don't need my characters to fight because Robin's just going to sweep them. Joke's on you, idiots. Even if you roll Aegis, I'm still gonna kill you. Wormslayer is the best D-rank sword statistically, and sometimes it also kills Wyverns. True, if we can get a dual strike. Or a crit. There we go. This is, and I can't remember if this was the team building video or the Lonku specific video or both, but I've talked about this before, about how powerful crits actually are. This guy moved into a nasty spot. Give me a second. Pretty sure I want Robin like here. Let me see what threatens Robin. So that's not a threat. That's not going to be able to reach me. What's reaching this square? Something's threatening this square, but I don't see what it is. Oh, it's the other Wyvern. Yeah, that's good. That guy's not threatening me. Okay, so Robin here. Get rid of him. Next, so enemy phase, we're going to deal with these guys with Robin. That's fine. These guys don't reach up here, so if I can get Cordelia to take this guy out. The problem is he has counter, and I can't get into a good range to fight him with the Javelin. So I basically have to bank on a crit here. Or a dodge. In fact, a crit wouldn't get rid of him. It would actually... She would actually destroy herself. So that doesn't even work. Yeah, this guy's a problem. This guy's a huge problem. He covers the entire map. I just got no way to fight him safely. If I could have just killed one or two of these guys, I would have more safe territory. But I mean, I can stay out of his range while chipping these guys down. The problem is this guy having exactly counter causes a lot of problems. What about Muriel? Can she reach? Nope, because we had to fall back all the way and we couldn't reach. $23 plus 10 is 33. We don't even kill. We can't even one-shot this guy. What do you think the world would look like if every single enemy didn't roll counter? What would that world look like? What do you think? Do you have any ideas? I mean, technically there's a play that I have, but it doesn't actually work. I would have to kill all three of these enemies and then also wound this guy. I can't do all of those things. I can't even kill all three of these enemies to begin with. Oh, by the way, he also has pass. Just write that down. Like, this guy in this position, the worst skill for him to have is counter and pass, and that's what he has. This guy in this position, the worst for him to have is counter and Luna, and that's exactly what he has. This guy, it's pretty much just counter, but that's what he has. This guy, okay, fine. Well, actually, no, this guy having Aegis and Pavis is also, like, one of the worst possible things, because it means that we, like... How do I want to explain this? It's like the ultimate chain reaction. This guy in front having exactly counter Luna means that we couldn't enemy phase him. If we can't enemy phase him, what we want to do is player phase him. But in order to player phase him, we need to kill this guy. We can't kill this guy because this guy also has Aegis Pavis. And then also, if you can't kill this guy, or if you could kill this guy, you would want to make sure that you can set up to kill this guy or wound this guy. But then this guy also has counter, so even if we could set up a situation where we kill this guy, but then leave just this one alive, we can't do that because then he also has counter. So there was literally no way to break this formation. All three of them have the 6 exact skills to stop us from breaking their formation. It's absolutely crazy. It's criminal. It's criminal. And the only reason this happens is because Aegis and Pavis. If this nonsense right here didn't exist, we could at least do a player phase push against these two. And then leave one enemy left standing to fight on enemy phase. But because we can't do that, now we have to deal also with this guy, who then also has counter. But the only reason counter is such a big problem is because of Aegis and Pavis. It's so frustrating. It's crazy how, if you don't understand, these three enemies having counter seems like the worst thing, but what's really going on here is that this guy with Aegis and Pavis caused all of these problems. What do we even do now? What do we actually do from this position? I genuinely do not see a way forward anymore. I think we just have to reset for better skills. So the idea would be, so the only idea that we have would be something like this. We do double him. Then we would have to kill everything that has counter. But we can't do that because Muriel's one of our best attackers and we just lost her. We would go Lonzu here. $17's not enough, so give him the killing edge. Give her the 11 sword. And again, what you're seeing is that the enemies with counter we can deal with. The whole problem is this guy right here. And we still can't even really deal with him either. 13, I mean, that's not really gonna do it. We need a dual strike here. Okay. Does he kill Muriel? 30 damage is not enough. We actually got out of there. Do not ask me how, because I truly have no idea. I would love for Frederick to fight you. And these Virion dual strikes are going to go so hard. I think we're fine. Takes it. Robin sweeps up here. Now we need to grab this thief up top this turn, if possible, while Frederick goes left to grab the other thief. Now that the other enemies are out of Frederick's way, he should be able to fly past them and grab this thief. I got a couple of turns to pull that off. Let me solve Robin's equation first. $27? Man, even Muriel takes that. I need to make sure I can kill this guy. I think I can. I was getting so tilted. I gotta let the tilt wash off of me. Okay, I need a dual strike here, or I want a dual strike here. I actually wanted 2 dual strikes or a crit or something. I don't know. I don't know what I wanted there. Wasn't what I got. This should be fine still. It looks something like this. 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 Now, I'd like Robin to kill this thief so we don't have to worry about him on future turns. This guy's not a problem. This guy is not a problem as long as we can one-shot him. This guy's not a problem. I think we're actually fine. Yeah, we're fine here. We're going to take a lot of attacks, but we're going to dodge some of them. And I didn't see any Luna. Could be wrong. Let me check again. Yeah, with no Luna, this is actually very salvageable. Alright. Next thing we need to do is figure out where Frederick's going and how he's getting there. Because I need or want Frederick... Either Frederick or Robin needs to intercept this thief. Which means they need to get zooming over there now. Frederick could fight this guy safely. And that's pretty close to representing his maximum movement distance. What about this guy? Do we want to take a short axe and a silver lance? I think the answer is yes. In fact, it's actually better if we do. Can we, though? 30 plus 27. I mean, Frederick's pretty tanky, but I'll check just in case. 57. We take 19. Oh, we're totally fine. We're beyond fine. I really wish I brought a healing item with me, though. This was definitely a mistake on my part. I can technically physic, which might be what I have to do. Level 2 Libra. Yeah, on this run I'm going to make very good use of Libra and Anna. Yeah, this is good because this weakens these enemies so we don't have to deal with them on future turns. I should probably check what turn the reinforcements spawn. I have a pretty good idea, but it's one of those things you just want to be sure. TVP's asking what turn the reinforcements come out. Good question. We're about to find out. Ooh, clutch dual strike. I needed that. Okay, so I don't think they come this turn. Typically in Awakening, what you'll see is that whenever the boss says something about like bring in the reinforcements, they usually don't come that turn. They usually come on the following turn. So it should be next turn, but I'll triple check just in case. They are turn 5. And those are these two wyverns exactly. I can block them by dropping Virion up here. If I can get this thief right now and fight this guy, of course he has counter, so I can't do it. So, if this guy didn't have counter, how many times have we heard that today? If this guy didn't have counter, we could have Frederick run up and kill this thief right now. And that would solve all of our problems. But, counter wants to really grind my gears today. We'll say it that way. What about Virion? Can Virion get involved here? 35? I have serious doubts about that. No, we're 1 point short of taking it. I don't think he could kill the thief anyway. No, not even with the glass bow. If we can get above 30... No, that's not right. The other guy has a steel axe. He's going to deal way more damage. I'm going to have to use the calculator. Okay, 35. I mean, it's going to kill us. It's going to kill us. It's way more damage than a short axe. Yeah, it's 8 extra damage. It will kill us. Maybe it misses, like a 50-50 chance it misses. What is the hit rate? 92. It's the same hit rate. We can take like a 50-50 here. Or we can send Robin in. But then the problem is Robin can get it this Robin can get the thief next turn. But then it leaves Robin in range of the boss, and if you kill the boss, it ends the chapter, and I do not want to end the chapter. I want to grind. I want to get experience from these flyers. Alright, we only have one guy to worry about over here, so that's good. Fortunately, for some reason, none of my characters can reach. And he has counter, so we can't enemy phase him. For some reason, the layout of this map, I don't know, there's something about it. It always feels like my characters can't move as far as I think they should be able to. Good thing is Robin can just sweep this group. No questions asked. This is the power of plus magic Robin right here. You just sweep everything. Do we take the 50-50? If this was the Iron Man, I think I would actually take the 50-50. Or I would just let the Seraph Robe go. I think what we learned last time is you should just let the Seraph Robe go. But if I wanted this Seraph Robe, I think I would actually take the 50-50 here. Because it would be better than trying to figure out a situation where Robin can fight the boss next turn. But because this is not the Iron Man, and we can just reset if we have to, I think I'm actually going to try to figure something out next turn. If we stand here, we only have to fight the guy with the short axe. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. Yeah, the problem is with my other characters locked down over here, I'm not going to be able to support Robin. Actually, hold on a second, I can do this. Give you the physics staff. And just book it up here. If I have to support Robin next turn, I might be able to do something. These two are going to stay here. I might need them to block those forts. Alright, so in theory, what we can do, and what I have done before, is have Robin kill this thief and then rescue him. We should be able to get close enough for Anna to rescue. What does our combat against the boss look like? We will kill him. No, we will not. Well, we'll kill him if we land a crit. So, two 10% chances. So something like a 20% chance, roughly. It's more like 20 something, but like a 20-ish% chance to instantly end the chapter, which I don't want to do. This is a problem. I can't have Frederick block these tiles either, because his health is very low, and I can't drop Virion. I can do this. I don't have any healing items. This sucks. Oh, she can't physic. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. I can't reach Frederick, and I can't use the physics staff. I can guarantee you if we have to reset, which we probably need to, there is no mathematical way that we're going to get as atrocious enemy skill setups as we did on this attempt. There does not exist a skill setup that's as bad as what we got this time. I don't really see any way to get all of my objectives here, but I'll just play out this turn anyway. Just so that I can say I did it, but this is gonna be a reset. Cool. I mean, at this point, I probably want to go back the other way now. Because I can't get over to the left in time. So the only way we survive here is if Frederick just, like, dodges a bunch of attacks. I need Cordelia to be in range of these forts, so I can't have her and Stahl fight this guy. I mean, I guess I can have Stahl do it. Right? What's his damage? 30. We survive. What's his speed? I need a speed pair up, but we can use Crom. I'd like to not waste Killer Lance. I mean, it doesn't even matter. We're about to reset anyway. What am I doing? I'm sitting here having a conversation that has no meaning whatsoever. So far, so good. This is the problem. Okay, that dodge... Okay. Well, we got the dodges. Okay, so now we need to either block these forts or be ready to fight these wyverns who are going to come out. The one with the hand axe is on top. We actually want to enemy face him if we can. But I don't think I have any characters who are in a good position to do so. It would pretty much be Anna. But I don't... This guy didn't spawn with counter either, so we're kind of safe here. Now we can just leave the boss alive. I'm pretty sure Saria takes this, right? 27. Yeah, easily. We'll let her get a kill. Yeah, I'd like to enemy phase the one with the hand axe if I can, or the short axe if I can, but I don't really see a way to do that without also standing in range of the other one, because I'd want to be standing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would want to be standing here with 11 sword equipped. I guess this is what we're gonna do. I'd rather have someone else do it, but better her than nobody. I'm a little scared about this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we can easily get out of his range. Oh, what? Oh, I see him now. That is a little annoying. The way the wiki has the reinforcements listed, this guy who just came out of here is not listed with the rest of the reinforcements. They have like these two up here listed, and then they're like, and then there's a break, and then there's a separate thing that says, oh yeah, also a guy comes out of here. Maybe list all three of them together. That might be a good idea. That's something that you could maybe consider. but maybe not. Of course, they all spawned with counter, then that's just... I don't really have the attacks that I need to kill 2 Wyverns who both have counter. Maybe if... How much does he do with the Worm Slayer? Not even close to being enough. I mean, we could aim for dual strikes. That could accomplish something. But the problem is, this turn, there are going to be even more Wyverns spawning. Come on. After all that, like, after everything that... Okay. We just auto lose anyway. Which I guess is fun from a certain point of view. Okay, we're gonna be way less unlucky. So on the next attempt, we're going to be way less unlucky when it comes to which skills the enemies get, so that we can actually make a turn 1 push. In fact, we can just reset until we're actually capable of making a turn 1 push. And when it's time to deal with those reinforcements, we need to make sure we're in a better position. Like this I can deal with. I can deal with this. This is fine. Imagine that. Can't do it now because that guy has Pavis, but... That's nowhere near as bad as the skill configuration we got last time. I feel like even if that guy rolls Pavis, you still have a chance. This is... no. No. After everything that we did to get to the end of that chapter, and then we just lose to not getting a dual strike on one of our primary, like, high support pair-up partners. Okay. Was there anything else we needed to do? Inventory? Anything that happened with the inventory? Yes, Frederick needs healing items. And he... What do we trade for a healing item? I think what we do is actually we put them in Virion's inventory. Is the elixir better? I think concoction's fine. That's like more than half of Frederick's HP. Ellery, share your luck with the rest of us. Oh, you want to take some of my bad luck? This is the luckiest chapter 10 I've ever seen. Yeah, it looked that way, didn't it? Up until it wasn't. Man, I did not realize how bad it is that Anna can't use C-rank stabs when she joins. That's actually a huge deal. She can't use Physic. She can't use Ward. Physic is a big deal. Why don't I use the robe on Frederick? Because I'm going to bench him. I'd rather give it to someone who's going to actually be used for the rest of the chapter. And he doesn't need it. He doesn't need the robe. If I brought healing items there, if I brought healing items there, he would have just survived anyway. The only reason we had to get lucky was because I forgot to bring healing items. This is what I talk about when people think that like Lunatic Plus is unfair. Like, that was not unfair. That was fair. I made a series of repeated mistakes and then got punished for it. And the only reason I didn't immediately lose was because I got good luck. It wasn't like I got unlucky and then I lost. I made a huge error. I didn't put healing items on one of my main tanks. And then I got punished for it. I got into a situation where you need luck in order to win. And people, when that happens to people, like people who are bad at the game, who don't recognize when they make mistakes, when they get into that situation, then they think, oh, I had to get lucky in order to win. See, Lunatic Plus is just like RNG. You just have to keep playing until you get lucky, but that's not true. If you're actually good, then you don't have to get lucky. You still have to get a little bit lucky, but if you're actually good, you'll win more often, more consistently. Anyway, what else are we missing? I'm sure there's something else I realized that I needed. I can't think of anything. I'm not sure. Alright, well, we'll just send it and... Post-tilt clarity kicking in. Yeah, exactly. One-shot this guy. Master Seal goes to... Oh, that was it. Of course, if I was going to promote somebody, this would have been the time to do it. Yes, yes, yes. Now I remember. This was the opener we devised. Go like this. We're going to get our Worm Slayer. Now Worm Slayer goes to the convoy. This is actually kind of epic. Now Stall grabs the Worm Slayer. Pairs up with Cordelia. This guy has counter this time, so we're not going to be able to enemy face him. They both have counter. Fantastic. But the good news is we can enemy phase these two, which is going to give us a ton of safe space to stand. Now, I prefer for it to be an axe-using character, but we don't really have one. So let me see what these two can take. 17 plus 23. That is 40 damage. You do not take that. 19 plus 21. That is 40 damage. You do not take that. Wonderful. See, like, now if you're going to ask me if I would give the Seraph Robe to Stall or Cordelia, the answer would be yes. I would absolutely do that if I thought that was going to improve my odds, which it very well might. What about Lonzu dodging? Unfortunately, this guy has Hawkeye, but he was more likely to hit me anyway. Honestly, her avoid is actually higher. We actually send this. I mean, the weapon triangle is a big deal, but... well then, does this guy one-shot her? Well, it doesn't matter, because she has to dodge this attack anyway. So go like this. Thunder. Yeah, we want to enemy phase this guy, though, which we can't do because he has counter. What if we give her the Bronze Lance? I want to experiment here. I need to test something out. Because I need to do something about these wyverns. I can't get it. Okay, well, I'll just use the javelin. The This is very unlikely to work, but I just want to see. Oh, we don't have rally luck, by the way. This is still definitely like a... Nice. This is still definitely like the backbone of what our strategy is going to look like. We just need it to work a little bit better than it's working right now. We take that. Perfect. See how much cleaner this looks? Without 5 guys on the right-hand side, plus 2 wyverns. Now we just have the 2 wyverns, and they both have counter also, by the way. But we have methods. We have means. Nice. Okay, it actually worked. Bronze Lance would have been better there, because it would have been less wasteful. Oh, cool, Aegis counter. Perfect. It just completely ruined the entire attempt. This is what I was talking about earlier, when I talked about how Aegis is... In theory, it's good, but in practice, it's actually very poorly designed. This is the perfect example. We must have Robin fight this enemy. There is no other option. There's no alternative gameplay that we can actually put into place. So if this guy rolls Aegis counter, you just instantly get a game over. I think we can stay out of his range by attacking from there. And then we'll just have to deal with him next turn. I'd also like Freddy Boy to be more to the left this time. I realized that the last time I made a mistake by having him retreat to the right. If we do one of these little maneuvers. This gets us into a better position to deal with the thief. Now... Muriel should be able to defeat you. The only question is, once she goes up there, that's just the thief, right? Yeah. Once she goes up there, can the rest of my team handle the rest of the enemies? It's gonna be tough. In fact, we have barely enough actions, which is a pretty bad sign. And she doesn't have the 11 sword. I need to give her the 11 sword. Longku's not using it. He's a rear guard unit. So it's a huge mistake for her to not be holding the 11 sword. Huge misplay. Now granted, if Cordelia had killed this guy, we'd be fine anyway. So this is what the next step would look like. This guy has counter. Do something like that. Actually, can we grab the 11 sword? We might be fine here. Yeah, we can actually grab it. Just barely. Nicely done, Anna. That does restrict my healing options. Okay, so now that this passage is actually clear, now we can do what the plan is supposed to be, which is to start moving this team up the right-hand side. So that they can actually get to a safe spot before the wyverns start spawning. And they're not trapped in the bottom right corner. I would have preferred if he would attack Robin, but oh well. Okay, so the only problem with reaching the thief now is that the idiot moved right into my way to block me. If we can catch the thief, like we did last time, we can actually kill him this time. 2 short axes. plus another short axe. Plus all of them have Papus Plus, because why wouldn't they? It's the one skill you don't want them to have. It's a great time to use a vulnerary. Alright, here's the issue. We need to kill this thief right now, but we also need to kill this guy right now. Can't do both of those things. And this guy also has... They really do have a sense of humor. I think they do. I think they actually have a sense of humor. So I could grab this guy, I could take him out, but then the problem is next turn I can't get rid of the thief. He's already too far away. Let's see if there's anything I can do here. What does our combat against him actually look like? No. We're gonna deal 22 damage to ourselves. Alright, I'm gonna try this. It's a really stupid idea. It's a really bad idea. But if we're going to win, if we have any chance of winning, it looks something like this. I want Lanzu here. Do I? Or is it? I think it's actually Libra. Yeah, I think it's actually Libra. You two are ready to jump in and finish him. You two just need to, like, I don't know, do something. The Levin sword helps a lot, yeah. Virion, come on, man! Once! Just once! This chapter is really frustrating because it feels like no matter what you do, something, like, it just never, like, there's always just one thing that goes wrong. So what I need to do now is hit this guy. And then I'm going to get attacked at 2 range by a bunch of enemies. Oh, I just realized I could have killed him with the javelin. Well, hold on. If I send the steel lance to the convoy, that will move the hand axe into my inventory. And that will actually let me fight this guy and this guy on enemy phase. We are pushing it. We're really pushing it here. Okay, Robin can catch this thief. Should we fight him too? Let me see if I have enough actions to do everything I want to do. I'm gonna be really careful with this. I'm not gonna waste any more killing edge charges if I don't have to. Yeah, that's fine. That's enough. Perfect. The map's really hard only if you want all the reinforcement experience. I mean, that's true. Yeah, it definitely slows you down a lot. The thing is, if you can sweep fast enough, you can get into a position where you can farm these reinforcements very easily. And the thing is, like, it's not even that hard to do. You just need to not get, like, terminally unlucky. Robin's out of my range. What's my range? 8? think if I can pair up with Maribel, I can get up there and heal her. But it's tricky because once these guys move, I can't use them. I mean, I don't think I need to heal Robin, but I would like to heal Robin if I can. Okay, I can just barely reach. Counter. 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 Guess what, you buffoons? I can just attack you from up here. That physic might have mattered. Nicely done. Okay. Nice, that's the dual strike we needed last turn. Okay, now these ones I'm very inclined to block. Just because I can't really guarantee that Frederick can fight them and survive. Well, which one is going to spawn with the hand axe? This hand axe spawns on the south fort. What if I do this? The hand axe should move away from me before attacking. Then it doesn't matter if he responds with counter. Am I actually sure that's the case? I don't know. He might do something really weird, like he thinks he thinks there will be a benefit to standing on a fort and fighting, and so he might choose to do that instead. If he chooses to do that, there's not really much I can do in response. That's just his prerogative. There's no real counterplay to the enemies just having random AI that lets them do whatever they want. Get rid of this guy just in case. And this is going to allow us to get into a much better position for the future turns when the wyverns are spawning. Particularly, all of our support characters are going to be over here on the left instead of being stuck on the right, surrounded by wyverns. Okay, and he did attack me at one range, even though he had a hand axe. So he does value. So the reason he did that is because he thinks that he's getting a benefit from standing on this fort, which he's not really. I mean, he would technically get healing if he survived. But either way, he thinks he'll get benefit from standing on that fort. So in future attempts, like when if and when we're doing the Iron Man, I'm going to remember that the guys with the hand axes, you can't do this formation, because if they spawn with counter, Frederick would blow himself up. Now we're going to do this. We're just going to block this fort for the next couple turns. And then we're going to farm reinforcements. So this guy is going to come out. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to target this square right here with a 2-range weapon. Okay. The question is, can Muriel actually take a hit if they spawn with Luna Plus? I should have checked that before I killed all of them. What did they have? It was like 37 attack or something. She wouldn't survive that. I feel like Lanzu would, but can't get him over there fast enough. Okay, what about this? That's an extra 2 defense. Oh, the short axe has less attack than the steel axes though anyway. Like 5 less, so it would be like 32 attack. Which she would definitely take. I could also grab a basic wind tome now. Not waste his valuable thunder tome charges. Yeah, this should work. Whatever it was, he didn't get it. It seems like he has counter. Probably counter vengeance or pass. Or Pavis, in fact. Okay, now we will have a tough time with the next group, so I'm going to use Robin for the next group. Like this. Now this turn, there will be enemies who spawn on these forts, so we need to keep all these forts blocked. Keep you blocked. Keep you blocked. You I don't really care about. I mean, I need to get my characters out of your range, but I don't care what you do. You I need to get out of your range. Oh, I can actually have Muriel fight him. I can even get my Lanzu pair up back. Get my Lanzu. I have to be a little careful because I want to heal Robin, but I don't think I can. And I also have to make sure I stay out of range of this enemy. I should be safe here. This feels wrong. This feels like I just put Lisa in danger. No, I'm right. Yeah. Okay, the square behind Robin is in danger. This square should be safe. And then once this is done, there won't be any more reinforcements. So it'll just be what you see on the map. Nice guard. That actually helps a lot. Because we're going to want her to fight next turn. Okay. No more reinforcements. Robin takes out the one with counter. That way nobody has to worry about taking counter damage. I'd like to get him with the Worm Slayer if I can. Got him. Didn't finish him, but I weakened him pretty good. Now, 35. Muriel can take that hit as long as she can kill this guy. Which she can. She can end her turn within range of the Wyvern, and she's not in any danger. Now we just need our other characters to get out of Wyvern range, which they can. And as a bonus, they won't even attack Robin. Because they're going to prefer to attack Muriel. We'll fly these two back over now. why did he attack Cordelia? That makes no sense, but we'll just accept it. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Why not? I don't even know what to say. That's it. Okay. That's a good level up because I'm probably about to turn her into a Dark Flyer. Although granted, she didn't really get much from it, but still, at least she got one level up before promoting. One final level up before promoting. Possible Muriel promotion incoming soon too. Potentially. This is actually 33 damage. We actually survived this. There's no real reason for Frederick to take it. He's already strong enough, and he's going to start falling off soon. So I don't really want to give his experience... I don't really want to give the experience to him when it could go to someone else who's about to, like, start snowballing. Like Cordelia, for example. Hold on, Crom here. Who's holding the wind tome? Convoy. The reason I'm doing this now is so I can get some tome rank training sooner rather than later. If you're wondering why I'm going Dark Flyer instead of Falcon, I do think Falcon is better on Cordelia. However, for this team composition, we don't have anyone else who can get Gale Force anytime soon. So having Cordelia do it is pretty important. Because otherwise, like, it's just going to be nobody. Like, we're just not going to have a Gale Force user. Or just not any time, like, within the time frame that it matters. And I would much rather have one rather than not have one. Okay. So here's the idea. Get some tome rank. Or even get a kill. Perfect. Now, if we can have her engage the boss, that would be good. We're gonna find out if that's safe or not. She doesn't have a lance equipped, so she's not dealing with a weapon triangle disadvantage anymore. He's going to deal 25 damage, which she can take. Okay, cool. So, unfortunately... Hold on. Let me give you the wind tome that has more charges. Oops. Okay, we're gonna have to wait one more turn. Is there anything we can do to make this go more smoothly? Probably not. If we crit, it's not really a big deal. But I'd still probably rather not. So that's 1. We have to do this 5 times, just like last chapter. Nice stall. 2. Red Watcher asks, why haven't I promoted Muriel already? She could already be near to getting Tome Fair if I promoted her as early as level 10. I just didn't know for sure what I was going to need my Master Seals for, and I don't necessarily need one for her yet either. Honestly, Lisa, Maribel, and Muriel all need a Master Seal. I think Muriel's the best option out of the three. But those are some crazy crits. Oh, it's because I just moved Saria next. I just moved Saria over there. I gotta back her up. Okay, this is gonna be number 4 right here. Man, that was some serious anathema heavy lifting. We went from 3% crit to 18% crit. That's why that happened. Okay, now we got one more round of combat. And then we'll decide who gets the boss kill. Might even be Cordelia, to be honest. Do I want to take a 2% crit? The answer is almost certainly no. I think I can reduce it like this. Okay. If she crits, fine. If not, free chip. Now, is there any way we set up this kill for you? If we can give her lances back. Who has them? Muriel? I kind of want to use Muriel, though. She cannot take the hit. He has Pavis Plus, so switching over to lances is probably not the play. I think the play is to do this. Yeah. And if we didn't get that crit, then we would give the kill to Muriel and Lonzu. I'm not going to weapon break here. I'll do it in my Iron Man. I'm not going to do it here. It's not needed here. We can beat the game easily without doing weapon breaks. I like to do them early on because it pays off in the long run, but like once we're at this point, our team is already trained. There's nobody who desperately needs experience. Oh, that is a good Elwind. I need that.
Take your time.
Without hesitation. You know what? I should also buy an extra javelin and hand axe while I'm here. Yeah, you can do a weapon break there, but it's just not worth it for me in this context. We've all read Stall Cordelia a million times already. Now we should have 2 Seraph Robes, which is going to help a lot with Chapter 12. So part of the reason why I'm being very stingy with a lot of my items, especially like stat boosters and stuff, is I'm waiting for Chapter 12. In case I need them to meet benchmarks there. There's not anything between now and Chapter 12 where I'm going to get stuck because of stats. Or even if I do, then I'll just have them when I need them. But like right now, the plan is to save them until at least Chapter 12 and see if I need them there. Because otherwise I end up giving them to the wrong person and then I don't have them anymore. Not like saving them to the end of the game, but at least save them until Chapter 12. I'm actually going to do something here. I need you to grab these rescue staffs so they don't get stacked. I'm going to store everyone else's gear. I can't use the store all button. And, this is going to give me a better idea of what my inventory actually looks like without having all the items split apart and unstacked. But I do need to keep the rescue staffs unstacked. 1 second, sorry. I'll be right back. TVP says Donald usage in this run. Yeah, we're getting a lot of use out of him right now. He's holding the rescue staffs for us. Stall is passing down. It doesn't really matter. I mean, he could pass... If I could get him to Luna, he could pass it down. I don't see that as being particularly very likely. But maybe we could do it within the frame of time before we recruit her. It might be possible. We could even delay her recruitment in time to get both Gale Force and Luna. And then the other skills are, honestly, like things that she's going to get in the post-game. So she'll have Gale Force and Luna when we recruit her. We'll immediately switch her over to an Archer and then start training her for Bowfair. And then later on, when we get to the post-game, if we're going to allow grinding, then we'll grind Astra and Anathema. Excuse me. Yeah, if I could pass down Astra, I absolutely would. But I'm going to have to pass down Luna. And honestly, like, this slot could probably be something else, too. In fact, if we can't get there soon enough, I probably pass down Discipline so that she can raise her bow rank faster. That's actually a really good idea. Passing down Discipline just so that she can raise her bow rank faster. Oh, some barrack events, too. Let's see what we got. Arms Thrift on the longbow would be nice, yeah. So the next chapter, I believe, is the Mad King Gangrel. Yes. Our team is probably going to be exactly what you see here. I could potentially take out Virion for like a utility flex slot. Like I could replace him with someone else. In fact, let's put him at the bottom of the roster. In fact, let me rearrange the roster. Okay. So we want Robin, and we want Robin to be paired with Saria. Then we want Stall with Cordelia. Then we want Muriel with Lanzu. Then we want Frederick with doesn't matter who. Okay. Then we want our staff squad, and then we have one flex slot. It's probably going to be Virion, Sumia, Riken, maybe Vake, or Callan if absolutely needed, but it's very unlikely. We're kind of past the point where we need to bring someone just for like 2 extra points of defense. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm kind of already past the point of losing focus and not being able to concentrate and make all the best plays. And because I have stuff that I need to do today anyway, so I didn't want to do a super long stream, I think 3.5 hours is good. We got through a couple chapters. And next week we can do chapter 11 and chapter 12 and possibly beyond. So this is a good spot to call it. Thank you everybody who came to the stream today. If you want to say your goodbyes, start saying them now. Otherwise, I'm going to end the stream and then all your messages are going to pop up right after I end the stream, which is what happens like most of the time. I have to check something else really quick first anyway before I end it, so you got a second. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating that there's no shop that actually sells the longbows. A very, very strange decision, honestly. Very strange decision. They're such a core element of the game. They're such a crucial part of like how the actual strategy of the game is played at the highest level. It's so weird that they make it so that you can't really buy them. I don't know who this is. Their name is Fatal Wrath. They're playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I wonder if it's like a first-time playthrough or something. It doesn't say. It just says Fire Emblem Path of Radiance live stream. I'm just going to redirect there. If you guys want to watch it, you can. If you don't want to watch it, just don't. Goodbye, Nef Champion. Goodbye, TVP. Goodbye, Flying Rope. Goodbye, Ullerin. Goodbye, Chris. Goodbye, Grey Bell. Goodbye, Red Watcher. Nice backflip. Sick backflip, bro. Thanks to everyone who left a like. Thanks to all the chatters. Thanks to the lurkers. And for now, enjoy the rest of your day.